your microphone.
Is it on?
All right, I think we're live. All right, cool.
Are we live?
Yeah, you're live.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Is it?
It's nothing's exploding, so
Hey.
cool. All right.
Look at us. Who would have
Have
thought,
fun,
huh?
everybody.
Thanks, Bryce.
Thank you, Bryce.
Should be.
Should be. I mean, are you going to slide over to, like, leave some space for,
For our guests.
leave room for Jesus?
Yeah. Well, we're also gonna have a couple guests.
Who are the guests going to be?
Well, it'll be a surprise.
Right, yeah. That's what we call a teaser. Will my dad be calling in? Yes.
All right.
So, this is it. We're live. Welcome to the NUTV Sports NBA Trade Deadline live stream with Tom and Dave. I'm Tom.
And I'm Dave.
We were both predicting a quiet trade deadline for about 2 weeks leading up to this.
Yeah.
And then, last couple days, the NBA has just decided that everyone's going to move. It's really exciting. A lot of content to take in.
So I think we should start with maybe the most recent trade that has just gone through. Let me get that up.
The Iguodala to the Heat trade.
Yes.
So yes, the final trade was Andre Iguodala, Jay Crowder, and Solomon Hill going to Miami with, I think it was Justice Winslow, James Johnson, and who was the third player?
Dion Waiters.
Dion Waiters going to the Grizzlies. David, you're a Heat fan. What are your rapid reactions on this trade?
So my first reactions last night was I was a little skeptical about giving Andre Iguodala. Part of this trade is giving Andre Iguodala a 2-year, $30 million extension. He is 36 years old. At the end of this extension, he'd be 38. He's looked a little washed, and he hasn't really in the past, and he hasn't not played this year. So hard to tell how good he's going to be. And I felt a little sad about giving up Justice Winslow. But at the end of the day, Justice Winslow, if you want to do the math on this, Tom, since you have the computer.
Oh, of course.
I think Justice Winslow's played like 11 games this year.
Yes.
Dion Waiters has, I think, played 3.
Okay.
And James Johnson has probably played 6 or 7.
Okay.
So we're giving up 3 players that really haven't been a big part of our team for 3 players that I think will be a big part. Maybe not Solomon Hill, but Crowder and Iguodala, both bench wings.
Yeah, Crowder and Iguodala are 2 guys that I think you can run out there in a playoff series with a straight face.
Yeah, I mean, both of them have done it before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Iguodala was a finals MVP, basically playing the role, like a slightly expanded role of what the Heat, I imagine, are going to try and have him running. I think the interesting thing with this one is the Iguodala trade and the extension they give him kind of speaks to the timeline that the entire Eastern Conference is on right now, where I think that 2-year extension would put him, through next year and the season after. So that's basically...
Sets up for the 2021.
Yes. They keep some money free for 2021, which, as we all know, Pat Riley believes he can make a run at Giannis. I do think it's interesting because it feels like a lot of the Eastern Conference is kind of in a holding pattern there. I mean, we talk about Philadelphia potentially trading Embiid or Simmons, and realistically, they probably shouldn't until they know exactly where Giannis goes. Because if he goes to the Western Conference, that's wide open for Philly.
I just want to say we are getting some comments.
Oh boy, from who?
So we have some comments from Owen and Pearl and Timmy.
Timmy H. In the film Air Bud, do they say double dribble? Do they ever say double dribble more like double kibble? Timmy, that's a very good question. I don't believe they do. It's a fun pun. If you ever made another dog basketball themed movie, you could write that in. What else do we have in the comments here? Heat are going to lose to the Sixers in the ECF now.
I'd say to Owen that's an interesting...
It's definitely an interesting call.
Interesting call to have when... I don't know if you saw the other night, Owen, but the Heat did beat the Sixers by, I think it was 29 points.
What, 29?
Yeah, check it
That
out.
must be some sort of error. Surely the Sixers were better than that. Oh, wow, 137 to 106.
31.
That's 31 points.
And I don't think anyone was injured for the Sixers, so...
Wow, so fully healthy Sixers team lost by 31 to a Heat team that just got better. That's just something to think about. I mean, come on. And that's not fake news. That's very real news. Pearl's coming in saying T.
Tom, what would you grade this trade right now for both teams?
It's a weird trade because I feel like it's not often that we can say both teams definitively got better in their current plan. Like, the Grizzlies, if you look at what happened for them to take on Andre Iguodala, they got a first-round pick from, I believe it was the Warriors, although I don't think it was a Warriors first-rounder. But they got a first-round pick to take on Iguodala, and then they turned Iguodala into now, what was it, Justice Winslow. Like, James Johnson's a good vet to have around. Basically, you're going into next season with a starting lineup that's going to be Valanciunas, Triple J, Winslow if and when he gets healthy, Dylan Brooks, who they just gave the extension, and Ja Morant. I mean, that's a young core, and like I think that's sort of a move from being a team with a couple pieces to a team that actually is like building something and has a bit of an identity.
Yeah, I can see that. I think they will have to think about. I mean, the Heat. They were kind of stuck with these Dion Waiters, James Johnson contracts the last couple of years, and they managed to get off of this here. Curious what the Grizzlies do about that, because neither of them have really been productive players.
Oh, yeah.
But I think for the Heat, I think this actually is and I'm not trying to be biased here, I think this is a good trade. We are getting 3 players that will play in our rotation, and we only gave up 1 player who was currently playing in our rotation. And I'm just very excited for a guy like Jay Crowder. Feels like a Heat player.
He does feel heaty. So the interesting thing for the Grizzlies here is that James Johnson and Dion Waiters are both up in 2021.
Puts them in play for Giannis.
It does. I mean, look, there's been a lot of smoke coming up about potentially Giannis joining the Memphis Grizzlies. Everyone's talking about it. It's, big discussion in the sort of smart fan NBA community. I mean, now they've got the space now. I don't know what's stopping them. Giannis to Memphis? Let's talk about it. Timmy Haas in the comments saying, do you ever think about how if elephants played basketball, it would be a slam trunk, but if a group of children at summer camp played basketball, it would be a slam bunk? Timmy, I haven't thought of that until right now. I think the interesting corollary to that is that if Lil Jon and the East Side Boys ever played basketball, it would be a slam crunk. So, food for thought. Pearl asking if New Orleans will make any moves. Pearl, that's a very good question. The buzz with New Orleans, correct me if I'm wrong, David, has been about Drew Holiday.
Yes.
He was sort of the sexy name that was available.
Yes, but I did see a report a couple weeks ago that seemed to suggest that Drew was staying put. I don't think he's going to be on the right.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of
I feel like that with Zion coming back and him being good, I think they like their team.
Yeah, I think the Pelicans at this point think they can do something with what they have right now. And honestly, I'm fully behind them trying to go as far as they can with this roster right now. You have Zion guaranteed for his rookie contract. Beyond that, you do not know. The clock is already ticking. They are currently 6 games back of the Grizzlies for the 8 seed. That's going to be tough ground to make up. But if you're the Pelicans, why wouldn't you try it? You've got your franchise player already, and Drew's only going to help that. I just don't see what the logic would be for taking a step backwards at this point.
Yeah.
I think the only thing.
I think the tough part comes into play with Zion's health, though.
Yeah.
I just worry about running him out there for, maybe 35 plus minutes a game when your best bet is to become an 8th seed and get swept by the Lakers.
Yeah, that's true.
And then risk an injury. I don't know. It does worry me.
It's worrisome. I know the discussion, a lot of buzz was coming out that the Nuggets might try to move for Drew. And I think the big holdup there was they didn't want to give up Michael Porter Jr., which they shouldn't do because Michael Porter Jr. I think is going to be really good. He's already really good. And obviously he's got some health concerns with the back. But I think you hold on to him. You try to make the medical stuff work. And I think no one has put more resources into seeing what his medical situation is than the Nuggets right now. Yeah. So I think New Orleans, will be quiet. I think if they do anything, it might actually be a buy, honestly. I don't know what they would try and move for that they think is the thing that's holding them back from being a playoff team. But I would imagine that they're looking to move forward as opposed to backward. on this trade deadline.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So what else? What other news do we have here? Chandler Parsons got waived. That's unfortunate.
Well, he was on the Hawks, right?
He was a Hawks player, and they had to waive him to make room for Clint Capella. That's actually another trade that happened.
Can we
recently.
get the full trade up? Because that ended up being like, I think 10 players, didn't it?
David, I'm gonna raise you 12 players.
12 players
in that deal. Okay.
Can we get one that's like a chart?
This is fantastic live streaming for the people at home. We're looking at something on my computer, but you can't see it.
Please, if you're on your phone right now, or I guess if they're on their phone, they can't look this up because it would close the live stream.
Yeah, no, don't close the live stream. Don't do it. Okay.
Also, I just wanted to make a comment on Pat Alcantara said none Butler, Iggy, Jay, and Bam can contend, and I think I'd agree.
Yeah, I think that's definitely. We were talking about this before we went live, but right now it feels like there's basically the Bucks, who are the clear number one, Philly, who should be a number two. They're working out some kinks in their roster and are currently at 6. And then there's like this weird 4-team like contender class that like on a bright sunny day could probably match up against the Sixers or the Bucks, but it's really going to be a tough road for them. So I think the Heat making a move to make themselves better right now is a very smart move because it probably moves them to the front of that 4-team class.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get if the Gallinari trade ends up happening or not. It seems like talks have slowed a bit, but still have a couple hours. Anything can happen.
Oh yeah. Now, and just a quick update on the Gallinari trade. It seems like those talks, they're slow but not absolutely dead. So that's some good news. Oh my God. Sorry, Disney has released a first look at the upcoming Lilo and Stitch remake.
That's got to be fake.
Live action Stitch is frightening. It's insane. I'm retweeting this right now for the people that are watching. Go to my Twitter, @TheRealBigTom98. You could also type in my username, TheMachoManBlandyAverage. Live action Stitch is just absolutely terrifying. So this
if you think the live action Stitch is terrifying, please share the live stream with one of your friends.
Yes. Like and subscribe. Sound off in the comments. Now, moving on to the 12-player trade. So, basically, the Rockets have decided to punt the center position. The two tallest players on their roster now are PJ Tucker and Jordan Bell. Now, I don't know what the market inefficiency that the Rockets think they've found with these short big men is, but they're going all in on it.
They are.
And then
I mean, I don't know what to say. I feel like they have to be waiting for something else. Maybe Nene was just waived. Maybe they grabbed Nene.
They just grab him back?
Yeah.
It's a weird one because, like, I don't know.
Can you pull up the Rockets roster? I really want to clarify if they do have, because don't they have isn't Isaiah Hartenstein on the Rockets?
Even if Isaiah Hartenstein is on the Rockets, do you feel good about going into the playoffs with Isaiah Hartenstein? Like, as it stands right now, the Rockets are playing the Jazz in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. How do you feel about throwing Isaiah Hartenstein at Rudy Gobert?
Not great.
Oh, Tyson Chandler is also on the roster.
But Tyson Chandler is...
we said Iguodala was washed. Tyson Chandler is also 38 years old.
Can you pull up his stats?
Yeah, he's been in the league for 18 years. He's playing a whopping 8 minutes a game.
And he's only played 8 games? Or no,
Yeah,
25.
He's played 25. He's only started 5. Like, he doesn't feel like somebody that's going to be a huge... we're getting some comments rolling in on the live action situation. It's terrible, folks. I'm glad that you all agree. But
can we confirm that this is real, though?
It looks pretty real. I mean, it looks abhorrent, and I hope to God it's not real, but it looks like it's a real thing. I think the point is that it's supposed to look real as opposed to the sort of animated one. But yeah, live Stitch, he's got weirdly defined shoulder muscles.
But click on the tweet. Maybe this is a troll account.
The tweet is from Discussing Movies.
Yeah, but click on the tweet.
Oh, but it's sourced to Disney+.
No, it's sourced to Disney Plus.
So it's a real...
You can write source. You can write source Disney
Right,
Plus.
no,
I could write that right now in a tweet.
So yeah, the live action situation is just.
No, they're verified.
They're verified.
They're verified.
We're getting confirmed reports that the live action Stitch, which is just terrifying, is in fact real. Now, going back to the 12-player trade, another part of this deal was Robert Covington going to the Rockets. Oh my God, Timmy, you ruined the fun in the comments section, okay? In any event, Robert Covington is a Rocket now. Dave, did you think the Rockets were a Robert Covington away from being a Western Conference contender?
You know, potentially, yes, but that would also include them still having Clint Capella.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you have the old Rockets team and you added Robert Covington, who would really fit in perfectly with, this lineup of players like Harden and Gordon that just
He's like the exact wing they need.
Yeah, just good defender, and then they just chuck like crazy.
Yeah.
From three. I like it, but at the same time, I just really do question their lineup. Is it a small ball? Is it a?
Because I don't know, we've seen teams go small ball in playoffs before. I think the Heels era, the Heat were at their best when LeBron moved to the 4. The Warriors' death lineup.
But even with that, the Chris Bosh was at the 5, and he was 6'11".
Yeah, the Warriors' death lineup was, I think, Draymond playing the 5, but he's obviously not the norm.
And you couldn't play that the whole game.
Exactly, that's what I was getting to. It's not a sustainable thing, especially when, what do you have, 30 games left in the regular season? I don't see how you're going to run PJ Tucker at the 5 for 35 minutes a night when your road through the Western Conference playoffs looks like playing the Jazz round 1. If you beat the Jazz, it's the winner of Lakers Grizzlies. So the Lakers round 2, and it's going to be PJ Tucker standing there just trying to defend Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis comes off, Dwight Howard comes on. Dwight Howard comes off, JaVale McGee comes on. I don't know if you've ever seen that video of Taco Fall in high school, but there was this very short, thicker kid guarding him, and he's walking around trying to guard him, and there's a point where he walks back towards his coach, and he's just like, "Coach, I don't know what to do." He's tall as hell. That's going to be PJ Tucker all playoffs. He's just look, I'm trying my best, but Rudy Gobert has got 8 inches on me. Anthony Davis has got 7. It's just, you're fighting a losing battle in multiple facets of the game.
This is why I think there's got to be a buyout guy. Maybe it's Nene.
Yeah. I think
maybe it's maybe this Dwayne Dedmon thing is a 3-teamer and they're involved.
Well, but if Dwayne Dedmon was going to go, it's weird to me because I just don't think
The battery day?
No, we're still up. I think it just hadn't been touched for a while.
Okay. Alright, good. Huh. Also, it's really weird hearing you guys talking and getting to the delay.
How much is the delay?
The stream is still going though, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, so we're back?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, cool. So yeah.
It's a couple seconds.
We have 7 viewers right now.
Yeah, we're doing numbers. Shout out to all 7 of you. Neil's gonna try something real quick. That should be wacky.
Yeah, so it's a 3-second delay.
Okay. Pat Alcantara is in the comments saying, I think the Rockets' point of view is that they'll outrun everybody. I don't agree with it, but we'll see if it works. Pat, I think I'm in your camp on this one. It feels like we're about to get the most extreme, concentrated form of this form of basketball that everyone hates watching that the Rockets play. It just, it's going to be a lot of chucking, a lot of iso ball, a lot of people. Yeah.
Back.
Oh, it's back.
It's back.
My bad.
No worries. Thank you for helping out, or thank you for doing all of the technical work for this, because otherwise we would not be live. Quick shout out on the live stream to Bryce Dearden. He is running the camera, setting up the entire live stream for us, because David and I are not actually that savvy with this equipment, and it's been a fantastic help, and it made this possible.
Yes, thank you, Bryce.
Thank you, Bryce.
Happy to help.
Now, Pat, I was just making the point that we're about to get like a very extreme form of this Rockets form of basketball. It basically feels like when Phil Collins left Genesis and he was like, I'm going to make 9.5-minute songs where I jam on 18 different instruments and no one else plays music. That's going to be James Harden for the rest of this season. Like, he might take 40 shots a game. He might put up 40 a game. I'm excited to see it, but also very not excited to watch it.
I feel like we're kind of in a Harden slump. That's been such a long slump at this point that I'm kind of worried, though.
Yeah, that is true.
It's been about a month.
Maybe
maybe a
month
little
is long
older.
enough to start thinking this is real.
And Westbrook's been playing well in the past month.
Yeah. Do you think, little conspiracy here, do you think that Harden just wanted to get Russell Westbrook that All-Star berth? We know Russell Westbrook's history of playing better as an individual that actually hurts his team at times.
That's true.
Sound off about his triple-double stuff in the comments. But
However, I feel like Westbrook has actually become a slightly smarter player. He stopped taking a bunch of threes.
yeah,
I know there was a game a couple weeks ago where he had like 27, 28 points or something. He only took 2 threes. Like, it seems like he has turned some sort of a corner,
yes.
at least temporarily.
I feel like Russell Westbrook's best use on this Rockets team is like being a Rip Hamilton, except like with the athleticism turned up to a 17. And it feels like they're starting to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
So Robert Covington is a Rocket. What else was in that trade?
We have 11 other players.
Yeah, so basically we've touched on 1/6 of the trade. I think the Hawks gave a first rounder to the Timberwolves. Okay, the Rockets received Robert Covington.
Mm-hmm.
The Hawks received Clint Capella and Nene. Nene is already no longer a Hawk. He was waived. The T-Wolves received Malik Beasley, Juancho Hernan-Gomez, Evan Turner, and Atlanta's first-round pick. I don't know. There's not a year listed on that. And then the Nuggets got Gerald Green, Keita Bates-Diop, and Houston's first-round pick. No year listed.
Okay. I don't think I actually had went all the way through this before.
Oh,
That's an insane haul for the
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves.
Yeah, like Malik Beasley is a good rotation. He was a rotation player on a conference semifinals team last year.
And he's still been good this year, and Hernan Gomez has shown good flashes. Evan Turner is a role player, like a solid.
Yeah, he was like I remember specifically Game 7 against the Nuggets. Or was it Game 7 against the Nuggets or that like triple overtime?
Yeah,
game
no, I
against the
remember
Nuggets?
what you mean. Yeah, the
Where,
Blazers Nuggets. Yeah,
where it was like Evan Turner was the only bench player the Blazers had that didn't look like scared of them all.
Yeah.
So he's a valuable piece.
Now I don't think this really tips anything at all for the T Wolves,
not.
but it's a good haul, and they actually have some real players around towns.
Oh yeah, like it's.
What was that just came up?
The Clippers are trading guard Derek Walton Jr. to the Hawks for cash. That's good because, as we all know, those teams in the small markets like Los Angeles are strapped for cash pretty regularly. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that they have to make deals with this sort of financial motivation, but I'm glad to see the Clippers are persevering through that, sort of being behind the 8 ball a little bit.
You know, Derek Walton Jr. was on the Heat for a hot second.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You ever watch Derek Walton Sr. play?
No, have you?
Not once. I actually would love to know if Derek Walton Sr. is an NBA player. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page. Wait for it. Okay, Derek Walton Jr., former Michigan player. I always like looking at Michigan sports because they seem to have this inability to realize they're not as good as Ohio State. And that was our little shout-out that's going to get all the Big Ten fans yelling at us. The Heat's G League team is named the Sioux Falls Skyforce?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool as hell.
They're in South Dakota, I think. Or wait, Sioux Falls is in
I think Sioux Falls
Iowa?
is in North Dakota. South Dakota.
South Dakota.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. SFSD. San Francisco, San Diego.
Apparently it's a sort of a conscious decision on Heat executives that this was a G League team that they wanted because, there's a little bit of a motivation to not play in South Dakota if you're in the G League.
Why would you not want to play in South Dakota?
Well, if your next option is Miami, if you play well enough, you go from Sioux Falls to Miami.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure Sioux Falls is a very nice place to live. I'm going to look up some Sioux Falls things to do right now, and let me tell you, I'd wager it's actually a better place to spend your early 20s than Miami. Okay, the 15 best things to do in Sioux Falls, 2020. We got Falls Park, and we all know about Falls Park.
That does look nice, actually.
Look at those falls.
Yeah.
We got the Sculpture Walk, the Arc of Dreams. There's a butterfly house. The third best thing to do in Sioux Falls is a church. There's allegedly a tiger at their zoo. Did not know that. Somehow they have a battleship in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, despite being really far from water.
Mm.
I mean, look, this lineup feels. I mean, what are you gonna do in Miami if you're 20 and in the peak of your life and really wealthy? It's a dead town.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Owen with a question. What NBA player would you trade for the rest of the caucus results? Would this be on our teams, Owen? Wait for my answer.
Oh, let's see. Well, he also has, when will the final percentages of the Iowa caucus results be released?
Well, so there was actually, not to change the topic here, but...
we got Strong Woods asking, I'm going to let you do some caucus gathering information. We got Strong Woods asking if there's any Lakers news. Strong, I think the only thing I've heard with the Lakers is that teams were calling about Alex Caruso, which was a surprise to me. He feels like a guy that's going to get squeezed out of the rotation once they move to the playoffs, but other than the Caruso calls being made and the Lakers hanging up on those calls, I haven't heard anything from them.
I don't think...
We've got another question in the comments. You think Miami's going to get the guy from OKC? So we did touch on that briefly earlier. The talks are kind of fluid right now. Iguodala to Miami is confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
And then where are they at with Gallinari?
With Gallinari, the last thing I heard was that there was a little bit of a gap between the Heat are going to offer him an extension with this trade.
Right.
But the question was whether it'd be a 2-year or 3-year. Heat wanted a 2-year, Gallo wanted a 3-year, and I think talks ended or temporarily stalled there. The Heat want the 2 years. I have space in 2021.
Right.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is Gallinari could become a free agent this summer, and that's something to keep track of.
Pat has a scoop.
Kuzma, Cousins, and Brad? Avery Bradley?
Yes, probably.
Okay. Kuzma, DeMarcus Cousins, and Avery Bradley or Danny Green for Marcus Morris and Alonzo Trier. Honestly, it feels like a little bit of an overpay for. So I'm a Knicks fan, and it feels like a bit of an overpay for Marcus Morris and Alonzo Trier. Trier's been getting a lot of DNPs this season. He's not a guy that's going to get minutes in the playoffs. Marcus Morris has been really good on a Knicks team that's really bad, and I do kind of wonder how much of that is just pure empty calorie stuff. Empty calories is, the old somebody has to take the shots even on a team that stinks. But yeah, if you're a Lakers fan, I would hope it doesn't happen because, Avery Bradley and Danny Green feel like the exact kind of player you need when LeBron and Anthony Davis are your two best players. What do you think, Dave?
I'm with these trade talks. I'm kind of feeling like they're like a lot of just Twitter rumors and not a lot of credible talks right now. If I had to bet, I don't think Kuzma.
You don't think Kuz moves today?
I don't think. I'm locking it in. I don't think.
You don't think Kuz moves?
I don't think it's going to happen. You could. I hope I'm proved wrong.
Take that to the bank.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But
I think the biggest thing for me with Kuzma being traded for a package that includes Marcus Morris is it doesn't feel like you're shifting at all.
No.
Like, I feel like the skill sets that Kuzma and Morris bring are pretty similar, except Morris might be more of a ball stopper.
Yes. And
On
Kuzma's
offense?
slightly better.
Yeah, hang on. Okay, we're going to the basketball reference player comparison.
Okay, I know Marcus Morris is averaging like 18 points a game this year, but
Kuzma also has fewer problematic post-game interviews, so just something to...
Pearl. So does Marcus Morris. Oh,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Kuzma has fewer.
Pearl is asking Lakers will probably make some move though, right?
I think the Lakers, I could see them making some move. I think the LA team that needs to make a move more could actually be the Clippers, because if you look at that team, who on that team is really able to get other players shots besides Kawhi? Like the Lakers, at least, if it's not LeBron, Rondo's still on the roster. They've got guys that can create for others. The Clippers don't really have that, specifically off the bench. I mean, off the bench, it's basically Lou Will, it's Landry Shamet, and it's, like JaMychal Green, Mo Harkless, like a lot of guys.
Harrell.
Montrezl Harrell. Is he not starting for them? I thought he would be. Oh, is Zubac?
Yeah, I think Zubac is starting.
Okay, so yeah. Basically, Pearl, I would imagine the Lakers could make some sort of move. If it is a Lakers move, it's probably going to include Kuzma, but I mean, that's at least been the buzz. I know the Lakers apparently...
There you go.
Yeah, the Lakers apparently called the Nets about a Spencer Dinwiddie trade, which would definitely have to include Kuzma and probably some other pieces. So, I mean, maybe, I know Pat said that Kuzma, Cousins, and Bradley or Green are a package that is seemingly sort of out there if teams want it. I mean, Kuzma and Danny Green or an Avery Bradley for Dinwiddie might make some sort of sense.
Yeah.
I think they'd have to
I do like
still.
that. I do like that. I mean, the number I'm seeing here, just looking at Lakers salaries, is this Contavious Caldwell-Pope.
KCP. Interesting.
$8 million. Very tradable contract.
That feels like one that's going to be thrown in to make some money work, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like if anything happens, that'll be... I feel like he's got to be involved. Also, the Lakers are still playing Luol Deng.
Oh, he is still on their payroll, isn't he?
He's making $5 million this year.
Shout out to Luol Deng. Owen doesn't think the Lakers should make any moves. Owen, I think I may actually be with you on that. Like, I just think, and this is a thought I've had when talking about, coincidentally, your 76ers making any moves. I just don't see I don't see the return the Lakers would get for Kuzma that doesn't upset other parts of their roster. Like, Kuzma's only making $2 million, and if you want to balance that out with a piece that you actually want to get, you're going to have to package him with a KCP, which would probably be a negative for most teams that are taking him on, or a Danny Green, which is going to take away from your playoff rotation, or an Avery Bradley, which is going to take away from your playoff rotation. So, the devil's in the details on that one. Like, it just doesn't seem like there's the ideal package out there.
Yeah, I'm looking at the players, I'm looking at the contracts. I don't see where the move is.
Yeah, and that's, I think, what we always forget when we get into this sort of trade deadline, rumor mill line of thinking, is that like
The money's got to work.
Yeah, the money's got to work, the roster spots have to work, like the details need to add up perfectly for the trades to work. Which makes that 12-player trade all the more remarkable.
It really does. Should we go to the next player on that trade?
Yes.
Oh, wait, what did Pat say?
Pat's in the comments, we get beat by Kawhi, PG, or Giannis. I think the Kawhi PG one is interesting.
Pat, are you a Lakers fan? Who's we?
Pat's out in LA. I'm assuming that means Laker fan. Also, shout out to AKA Miami's dad, who is a Knicks fan. It's been a tough couple of decades plus for us, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. We're gonna get William Wesley in as one of our
Worldwide West.
Yeah, Worldwide West for those of us in the know. Pat is a Lakers fan. So I don't know. I think the Kawhi Paul George one's interesting because we haven't seen a ton of like that Clippers team at full operating capacity just yet. I think I might pick the Clippers like in a close series.
I don't know. There's still the tough part is the LeBron playoff factor is always like it's always an X factor here. What? Like I can't think of another example of a team where it's just like their best player is just going to get 20% better in the playoffs, and it could significantly.
Coincidentally, I can think of a team that that's the case for, and it's the Clippers.
Oh, true.
Like playoff
Yeah.
Kawhi when he's playing every game and like
You're right.
going full tilt.
Yeah.
That's definitely 20% better than regular season Kawhi. But yeah, so where were we? Kawhi, PG, Giannis. I think also an interesting thing with LeBron is that we've seen him athletically a couple times this year. Like, I'm not saying he's not a good athlete. He is a fantastic athlete, one of the best in the league still. But it's felt like at sometimes this year, really special athletes can just get a little bit of an edge on him. And like, it hasn't been too common, but I think it's something to watch out for in the playoffs when he's going to be playing like 40 minutes a night.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to the rest of the 12-player trade. Where is it? Okay. NBA 12-player trade. All right. So yeah, Covington.
Pat, what? Since you're a Lakers fan, you're probably maybe a little bit more tuned into this than we are. Who do you want the Lakers to pick up? Do you have any trade ideas in mind that?
That's a good question, David. Actually, yeah.
Preferential to you, or maybe Lakers fans in general that we wouldn't know.
Yeah. Also, just everybody in the comments, if you got any sort of like trade rumor or player that you want to discuss, shout it out. Like we're pretty much like the Danilo Gallinari trade discussion. We're pretty fluid on what we're going to be talking about here. So yeah, just sound off in the comments if there's anything you want discussed. So yeah, I mean, you want to talk about Jared Vanderbilt for a little bit, Dave?
Sure.
Yeah, what's your take on Jared Vanderbilt? No trade. Get it from buyout market. Hearing Darren Collison, but I don't know if it helps.
Oh, that is the.
Yeah, Darren Collison's had a weird return as kind of a hot target for
Yes.
NBA teams.
That is another X Fact wild card here. Darren Collison's return from the religious cult he was in.
Sorry, what?
You know why he retired, right?
I had no. Hold on.
This summer, this is 6-month-old breaking news. This summer, Darren Collison retired from the NBA to join a religious organization that a lot of people on Twitter were calling a cult. Now, I'm not going to allege anything here, but
He's a Jehovah's Witness.
was he? Oh, was it just Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah, according to the undefeated, Darren Collison said, "Basketball has been my life since I was a child. I can never imagine finding anything that brings me more joy than I get from playing the game. While I still love basketball, I know there is something more important, which is my family and my faith. I am one of the Jehovah's Witnesses, and my faith means everything to me. I receive so much joy from volunteering to help others and participate in a worldwide ministry. The joy I feel is unmatched." So, Dave, you want to maybe walk back the Jehovah's Witness cult talk?
Yeah, I walked that back. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have just listened to what people were saying on Twitter. But so he's back, and he's going to be in the buyout market.
Yeah.
Now, last year, Darren Collison averaged like 14 points a game on like close to 50, 40, 90 shooting.
Well, he can still be a good NBA player.
Yeah.
Who would Tom and Dave's dream celebrity all-star game team? Inspired by Stephen A's tweet asking Super Bowl MVP Pat Mahomes to be on his team. All right,
Let's
do you want to do like a snake draft or?
Yeah, let's do a snake draft. We both have to draft 5 guys.
Okay, so let's get some. Okay. And
No former athlete, no former NBA players.
No former NBA players. Okay, so let's see.
Do you have a coin?
I don't, but you know what? You can take the first pick.
I might have a coin.
How about we flip this Spectrum literary magazine? Spectrum, shout out to them, Northeastern's premier literary arts publication. Check them out. I think my friend Naya, shout out to her, actually is on the staff of this magazine. Not sure where that would be. But yeah, shout out to her, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's on the staff. She is the finance manager.
We could do a coin flip app. Look up a coin.
You know what? Let's just. Okay. Do you want the Spectrum or the Cave?
The Cave.
Okay, this is definitely going to peak our audio, so everyone maybe take your headphones out for a sec. It is Cave. Okay, David, you pick first.
All right. Oh, Pearl said you can ask Siri to flip a coin. We'll do that for the next next little game we have.
Okay.
Up to 7 viewers now.
David, we've been at 7 viewers for most of this stream.
We dropped down to 5.
Oh, no.
Now we're back.
Oh, we're at 8. Let's go. Okay.
All right. So my first pick in the celebrity draft, I'm going with Arcade Fire lead singer Win Butler.
Win Butler. You want to explain the logic behind that one?
He's been in it every year. He's always in the Celebrity All-Star game. He's 6'4". He talks a lot about how America should have a national healthcare system.
Wow, good
And
for
he's
him.
good at basketball. He is Canadian, though.
Ah, okay. Maple Jordan. All right. So my pick.
He's at point guard.
So I think the important thing in the Celebrity All-Star game is that not every player is as good of a shooter, and so you need someone that is able to shoot. And I think celebrities that really love shooting, the person that comes to my mind is Ted Nugent. So I'm going to draft Ted Nugent to my Celebrity All-Star game team, the best shooter in this game.
Challenge, is Ted Nugent still alive?
Oh, I believe he is. Okay, we're doing a quick life check on Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent is... Yeah, he's still alive. Okay, cool. So, the first pick on my team is the still alive Ted Nugent. David, who's your second pick?
This is a tough one. But I think, not really for his basketball skills, but just because I don't know what his basketball skills are, but for his leadership skills.
Oh, no.
I'm going to go with Will.i.am.
Will.i.am.
The leader of the Black Eyed Peas.
That's interesting, because some would say that Fergie was the real driving force behind the Black Eyed Peas. Sound off in the comments. I know Pearl will have something to say about that one. Also, Bryce, Spectrum is not an official sponsor yet. But stay tuned.
Yeah.
We're
down to 5. We're down to 5. This segment's
segment's
losing.
really taking okay. So, quick update. I think Miami might not get the trade because I know the Cavs are also looking to trade with OKC. The Cavs
You didn't say that with an all caps voice.
Oh, sorry. AKA Miami said, I think Miami might not get the trade because I know the Cavs are also looking to trade with OKC. That's an interesting one. I think the Cavs looking to trade with OKC, my mind immediately goes to, is that a Kevin Love destination? I don't know what the move would be because I don't know how the salaries would match up. Like, would the Cavs take on Steven Adams and would Kevin Love just run like a small ball 5 for them? Because I feel like Adams is a player that works against a lot of these Western Conference centers. So I don't know why they would trade that away. Would the trade with the Cavs involve Gallo? Which, if it would, why would the Cavs be looking?
I have no idea why the Cavs would do Gallo for Love, but for the Thunder, I like Gallo for Love.
Yeah.
That's a great starting lineup if you have Love.
Oh, yeah. Chris Paul, Shea, insert wing here, and then Kevin Love and Steven Adams.
What do you guys think?
Timmy says, I thought David. Okay, so Pat also said that Collison apparently wants to stay in LA but doesn't want to play for the Clips because he has some old beef with Doc. That's an interesting one, and it definitely points to Collison becoming a Laker. Timmy, hello.
Timmy!
We've got Timmy Haas walking through the building.
You can walk by.
Yeah, you can walk through the camera if you want.
Oh, is this why our viewers went down?
Oh, yeah, Timmy definitely turned off the stream.
No, I'm listening to it right now.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, so anyway, that was a quick actual basketball update. Now, back to our groundbreaking segment, drafting our dream celebrity all-star team teams.
So, just to clarify, wait, can you look up Will.i.am's height real quick?
Yes. Also, for reference, we're going to get a quick height check on Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent's 6 feet tall. So, we've got a little bit of length on the wing, some great shooting from him. And Will.i.am is 5'10".
Can you double check Win Butler? I'm pretty sure he's very tall.
Win Butler is 6'4". That's good. That's good. Okay. So my second pick, Win Butler's going to be hell on the board, so I need a celebrity that's good at rebounding, and I don't think there's any celebrity better at rebounding in recent memory than Beck. Beck had a run in the 90s as a popular rock musician, then sort of fell off the map for a few years, wasn't releasing any new music, and in 2015 came back with an album that I believe won Album of the Year.
It did.
Yeah.
Infamously over Kanye West's Jesus, to which
Was
Kanye...
that 2013?
I
Okay.
believe so. And then Kanye West was very upset about it. And then he listened to the album and he tweeted, "Oh, this is actually a very good album."
That's interesting. Kanye's usually not an upset fellow. But yeah, so Beck. I've got the rebounding from Beck. I think we're going to get a quick height check on him. I can't imagine he's a very large man. How tall is Beck? Beck is 5'7". All right, so he's going to be like a PJ Tucker style 5 for my team. He's going to be scrappy.
All right. Got my point guard ready.
Oh boy, who is it?
In the theme of musicians, as I've apparently done just musicians so far,
Oh no.
and in the theme of Grammy winners, you got to have someone who's flashy out there, maybe a little distracting because of some, bright colors or.
David, are you about to pick who I think you're about to pick?
Who do you think I'm about to pick? Okay, this isn't.
That marker's really working.
Can I use yours?
Yeah, you can use mine. I have the cap still.
I am gonna go with Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. Interesting.
I know she's a big basketball fan. She gave a very moving interview at the Grammys after the death of Kobe Bryant.
Interesting.
I think her personality and pizzazz on the court will be good for team chemistry. And, I've never seen her play before, but I bet she's pretty good. Do we have a height on Billie Eilish?
We can get one.
Oh, wait. Pat, breaking.
Well,
Breaking
that's
news
breaking
from
news.
Pat.
D'Angelo is going to Minnesota for Wiggins. Oh my God, we have a real trade to report. Okay, Golden State has agreed to trade D'Angelo Russell to Minnesota for a deal that includes Andrew Wiggins, a 2021 protected first rounder, and a 2022 second rounder. League sources tell ESPN the Warriors will send Jacob Evans and Amari Spellman to the Timberwolves as well. Wow. Okay, I mean, David, what's your first thought with this trade?
I don't know. What are the?
I mean, the T-Wolves.
I love this for the T-Wolves.
Oh, absolutely love it.
D'Lo. This is. You said the Knicks might be the D'Lo Towns Booker team. The Timberwolves could be the D'Lo Towns Booker team.
Oh yeah, I think it's.
I love D'Lo and Towns together. I think that's great. I know
That's a
they're
fantastic combo. Yeah.
So today, now the Timberwolves have put together, could have a starting lineup of D'Lo, Malik Beasley. They got rid of Rocco. Who's their 3 now?
Well, it's not Wiggins. Okay, let's see. Timberwolves roster.
I guess what are the Warriors thinking here with Wiggins?
I mean, I think the Warriors are kind of punting this season at this point. But I mean, if you look at Wiggins, like, if Steph and Clay come back, I guess he's an okay player to play off them. Like, he's not.
Yeah, I mean,
Not good.
healthy Warriors. I mean, there was that month of this.
Evan Turner's their 3 now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean,
there was that month this year. Remember when everyone was like, Andrew Wiggins is good.
that's true. The start of this season, he was really good.
And I actually haven't followed him closely enough to know if he's really
What, you haven't been keeping your ear to the ground on Andrew Wiggins?
to know if he's kept that up. But I can see a starting lineup of Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, Looney.
Kevon.
Good lineup.
Yeah, it's not a bad rotation. Like,
I'd say it's a great rotation, honestly. A very good starting
yeah.
lineup.
Oh yeah. That's like you can build with 2 of the best shooters ever, I would say.
And this is, if there's any place.
Some, including Charles Barkley, would say that you can't with the 2 best shooters.
Pat, do you mean Culver or Kogi is
I think at the 3.
their
yeah.
3?
Either the 3 or the 2? Who are they playing with the 2 right now? I mean, Alan Crabb, he's pretty easily unseated. Yeah, so I think Culver could play the 2 or the. Culver and Okogie, I think, could go 2-3, like depending on just matchups, I guess.
In my NBA 2K season,
Oh.
I did not a fantasy draft, an expansion team.
Yeah.
I picked up Jarrett Culver in the expansion draft.
How'd that go for you, Dave?
4 years in, he's averaging 25, 5 and 5.
Wow.
So I mean,
That's okay. Stream's still on?
I don't have the stream.
What's up?
I don't have the stream.
Yeah, I think the camera shut for a second. Is the stream back?
Go sit down. You're fine.
Thank you.
can I do a quick here? Oh, there it is.
Okay, so yeah, we're back. I'm tying my shoes.
We're up to 8 now.
Sweet. The numbers grow. The fire rises. As
So
Bane
we
said.
will talk about this trade in a second. Just
why do you keep taking your microphone off?
I took it off to look at the camera the last time, and I forgot to put it back on. But now, we're clipped. We're back. We're ready to roll. So yeah, I mean, D'Angelo Russell is a Timberwolf.
Mm-hmm. And just wanted to say, so Tom Perez, chair of the DNC, has tweeted, "Enough is enough. In light of the problems that have emerged in the implementation of the delegate selection plan and in order to assure public confidence in the results, I am calling the Iowa Democratic Party to immediately begin a re-canvass."
So does that mean like recounting everything?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
The IDP, Iowa Democratic Party, will continue to report their results, but everything has to now be re-verified. At this point,
I don't know.
No one has won.
Yeah,
There is only one loser, and it's the DNC.
We've all
Yeah.
lost in this one. So Andrew Wiggins is a Warrior. I mean, he's going to have a very green light, considering that no one else on the Warriors that is healthy is really a great NBA player.
Can you read what those say?
Yeah. So apparently, Golden State always wanted a 2020 first round pick, or a 2021 first round pick, because this year's draft class is regarded as a weaker one than 2021's class. And so with the 2021 protected pick, the Warriors, I guess, see that as more valuable than a 2020 unprotected, which is what the Timberwolves were originally offering. The 2021 Timberwolves pick protected to number 3. So basically, if it's 1, 2, or 3, the Timberwolves will keep it, and it will factor in as a 2022 unprotected pick.
Initial thoughts, Tom. What would you grade this trade?
I
Also,
think-
everyone in the comments, Pat, Owen, please, toss in a
Sound
grade.
off. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think the biggest implications of this trade?
Are we good?
Hi, I'll be filling in for Tom as he runs to the restroom.
Hi, Bryce.
Hi, David.
So, sorry about those technical difficulties.
Cameras have batteries. It's crazy. Who knew?
Bryce, what do you think about this trade?
Which one are we talking about?
This one.
Golden State has agreed to trade D'Angelo Russell to Minnesota for a deal that includes Andrew Wiggins, a 2021 protected first-round pick, and a 2022 second-round pick. League sources tell ESPN Warriors will send Jacob Evans and Omari Spellman to Timberwolves too. All right. That's a big... There's a lot of things lumped in there.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Do you think that's worth it? There's a lot of...
It's so Andrew Wiggins has not been a very positive player, and we got to see how the protections lay out on these picks. That's the tough part.
Yeah. So I haven't seen it. So does that mean that they?
So you can.
That means Minnesota for sure gets a first round pick, or how does that?
No. So those are going to Golden State. So yeah. So Golden State is getting a protected first round pick. Do you know what that means?
So now they get a first round pick no matter what?
No, what it means is that so the protections have to be reported now too. So you can say top 3, top 5, top 14 protected pick. What that means is if you say we're giving you a top 3 protected pick, that means you get the pick if it's outside of the top 3. But if it stays in the top 3, we're still keeping it.
Got it.
Huh. Owen challenges you to name an NBA player.
That's funny. Steph Curry plays in the NBA. That's the easiest one.
That's right. That's right. Challenge Owen to name something.
Owen, name. Name one Sony cinema camera. If we're talking our specialties. Yeah, see? I didn't think so. But he also won't see that for a minute. So. So strange, this delayed life we live.
One
thing I will say that I've learned in NUTV is there are a lot more important sports days a year than I thought there were.
Important sports days?
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing.
I mean, yeah, it kind of varies whether it actually becomes an important day because, it's up to the teams in terms of how much they would like to trade.
Yeah. So
some days it's very dry. Some days you'll get 5 trades and none of them are interesting. Today though, so far, pretty good.
So in the history of NBA and basketball, you think this will be but this is a bigger of the
it's
the trade
bigger,
days.
but it's not humongous, I'd say.
Interesting.
It's in the top 60th percentile, maybe.
Okay. So it's top 2/3 most important. Okay. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay.
I mean, that's just because some years it's there's a famous NBA trade where 18 people were traded in one trade.
In one trade?
Yeah, from 4 different teams.
Okay, yeah, that's a bigger deal.
Although the other night, the thing is that there's also been a bit of a delay.
Mm-hmm.
There was a big trade on Tuesday and a big trade on Wednesday. So it kind of has whimpered the trade deadline today a little bit.
Got it. And this is trade deadline for next season?
For this season.
This season.
Yeah.
So games...
After 3 p.m., you can't trade.
Okay, wow.
For the rest of this season.
We're a good way into it, aren't we?
What? Yeah, there's 30 games left.
That's so late.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like as an organization, it would be weird to have a lot of players move in and out, midway through the... Well, everyone can Google things, Owen. All right? What did he... Answer. You literally copy-pasted an ad.
Why does it... Hey, yeah, Owen, why does it say questions, 3 answers, our prices?
You copied a B&H page. Huh. All right. Yeah, I guess it's not really a good challenge to ask someone to name one thing when they have a computer in front of them.
Yeah. Let's see if anything else is coming in.
Just a reminder, folks, to follow us at subscribe if you haven't yet, and to follow Tom's Twitter at TheRealBigTom98. You can also search his username, or I guess that's his username. You can also search his name, The Macho Man Blandy Average. He tweets some compelling stuff.
This could be him.
Is that Tom? I struggled through.
Are we back?
Owen,
We are back.
Owen dared me to name one NBA, or Owen challenged me to name one NBA player.
Did you name one?
I named. I don't know. I feel like if someone says that, you have to rebuttal by just naming the most basic one possible.
Did you ever name an NBA player?
Yeah, I said Steph Curry because
Hey Tom, do you think
Well, what do you want
I could run to the restroom?
What's up?
Do you think I could run to the restroom?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
All right, so David's going to take a quick bathroom break. This should be very exciting. I've got a sandwich here, so I think this is about to start our new segment. It's called Sandwich Time with Tom. So I guess I'm gonna just do some quick sandwich discussion. This is a tuna on ciabatta, which is a bit of a heavy bread to do tuna salad on. I like tuna on like a whole wheat, preferably toasted. I'm gonna do a quick bite. There's no tomato on it. I would have liked some tomato, but you know, that's fine. Zach, I'm glad you asked. The sandwich is pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. It's a dependable sandwich. It's the Marcus Morris of sandwiches. I think, let's see, yeah, Pat Alcantara, you had a very good point. D'Lo's going to benefit with Kat, and they're good friends, so hopefully, like, there's just more motivation. They're definitely going to be more entertaining, and, like, it's hard for them to get worse than they were. In a weird way, if you're the Timberwolves, you're playing with house money right now just because, like, you can't get worse. You're 15-35. Karl Anthony Towns, fun fact, actually hasn't won a game since December because the Timberwolves went on a losing streak. Cat missed a game. They won. Cat came back and they've lost 13 straight. He has not won since 2019. He is winless this decade. Karl Anthony Towns and the New England Patriots are winless this decade. So, just something to think about. Pat, I think you are correct. Cat is ultimately the reason that they're doing this. He's the one they need to keep happy. Owen says the Warriors are going to have a weird age gap between their new picks and Steph, Clay, and Dre. That's definitely true. It's weird to think that we're getting to the point where like that Steph, Clay, Draymond peak might, like the best of that trio might be behind them. I think we're seeing, I don't know. Sound off in the chat what your favorite sandwiches are. And also, while David is gone, I'm going to make a quick pick for our Celebrity All-Star Game players. I think the thing that you need in the All-Star Game is a little bit of spontaneity. You need some playmaking spark. Somebody that can kind of like, is unpredictable. And so with that, I'm going to pick the 6'5" Howard Stern to be my wing. So yes, I've picked Howard Stern to be the wing on my Celebrity All-Star Game team. He's 6'5". You never know what he's going to do. He never knows what he's going to do. I think it's a little bit of a dice roll, but I think in a weird way, him and Ted Nugent are going to get along. I've been eating the sandwich, like I'm eating quickly, so I had to like take a breath there. It's important to breathe while you eat. Neil Cox, everybody.
Hey.
Neil, say hi to the camera.
Hi, hello.
Neil,
How's it going?
your face wasn't in the camera at all. That's good. That's perfect. That's Neil, everybody.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah, I drafted Howard Stern.
I saw that. And you got Beck, too?
Yeah, I got Beck and I got Ted Nugent.
Interesting. How old's Ted Nugent?
Old enough that we had to check if he was alive.
Oh, boy. And you want him on your team? The All-Star team? Celebrity game?
We need shooting, and Ted Nugent just loves guns, so I'm assuming he's a big shooting guy.
He's just fucking
What do you
shooting buckets.
think of my team so far?
I feel like that's a little more going on there than Tom's team. Ted Nugent is more of a liability than that. Also, Howard Stern. Why don't you get like Justin Bieber on your team?
Nah, he's already played in it.
Are they not allowed to play multiple times?
No, they definitely are.
So, yeah, didn't Win Butler also play before?
Yeah, he has. Was Zach's in? Oh, we have 8 viewers now.
Yeah. Oh, it's
8
not-
viewers.
Because my computer's turned off, which means I'm not one of those viewers. Means you got 2.
Oh, now we literally just went down to 7.
Oh.
Neil,
I'm sorry. I gotta go
Get
to
outta
class.
here.
I'm going to class. I'm
get
sorry.
out.
I'm sorry. I'm
The
sorry.
question is, Owen's making a lot of good points here. There is a lot of footage proving that Senator Bernie Sanders is a fantastic, at least set shooter from short distances.
That's the problem. He's a mid-range shooter. Those shots don't fly in today's Celebrity All-Star game.
So, Tom, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a trade, another trade,
Which one?
of Bruno.
Caboclo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he was 2 years away from being 2 years away 4 years ago. So this is the year that he's ready. Where's he going? Whoa, Jordan Bell to Memphis for Bruno Caboclo.
Oh, wait, I didn't even register that was Jordan Bell. So then they traded the big guy that they got. They got rid of one big guy, and then they got a big guy, and then they got a new one, and then they traded him.
A lot of big guys moving around, and the Rockets seem to want nothing to do with any of them. Navin, hello.
Hello.
Hola.
So yeah, Jordan
Do you know
Bell going
if
to
James
Memphis.
is coming around here soon?
That's what I was looking for.
Oh, he's not here.
But yeah, Jordan Bell going to Memphis.
Memphis picks up what I'm seeing. You know, Memphis has had a good day.
Yeah, it's been a really good day for really bad teams, for less than great teams. Like, Memphis has basically their core for the future built up. I like Jordan Bell a lot more on Memphis than I did on Houston.
For the 20 minutes he was there.
Just the prospect of Jordan Bell, Memphis Grizzlies center as opposed to Houston Rockets center. I just feel like in Houston he's going to be playing in games that are going to expose his flaws right away.
Where in games he's already played.
Yeah.
Like when he was with the Warriors and his flaws were exposed. Remember the first 2 weeks of Jordan Bell's rookie season? When
We thought
everyone
he was going to be like the best player in the world.
Yeah.
He threw a lob. He threw that one lob to himself off the backboard.
Yeah.
We were all like, "Damn it, the Warriors got another one. Like they're going to win the next 10 championships."
But, you know, it's proven that he can't really do that much on offense, and he has the athleticism to be a good defender, but doesn't really have the basketball IQ.
Yes, and I think that's why I like him a little bit more in Memphis, because he's going to get a lot more reps, a lot more time under lower pressure environments to kind of develop, as opposed to the games that Houston's going to be playing where he would need to be the completed project.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, as we know, with Bruno Caboclo, formerly 2 years away from being 2 years away from being an NBA player 4 years ago. So if you do some math, this year is the year he's supposed to have arrived.
You're right. And, you know, I say that Houston got rid of a big guy, but Bruno Caboclo, very tall.
Really? How tall is he? Bruno Caboclo is a whopping 6'9". Nice. 7'7" wingspan, though. That's interesting. It feels like Houston almost has I think Houston's approach to big men almost seems to be like, we're just going to throw things at the wall and see if it sticks, and we think it will stick because basically anyone with long arms that can jump can play with James Harden.
Yeah. Pearl's chiming in on the Rockets trade. Pearl, what do you think about them trading the Bruno for Jordan Bell trade? I don't understand it because, as we said earlier, it sounded like, okay, Jordan, we probably said this about an hour and a half ago. Jordan Bell is going to be their center.
Mm-hmm.
But
now it appears they want Caboclo.
who's good?
But
I guess I guess something I could see them doing unless they have another move to make, which I could see them also having another move to make. But you start Tyson Chandler, but you play him like 14 minutes the whole game. But you start him so you don't get killed.
yeah, it's
And then you play small ball for the other 34 minutes of the
Yeah.
game, I guess.
it's been a fascinating day for the Rockets.
How tall is Isaiah Hartenstein?
7 feet. But like, he's not logging minutes, I don't think.
Yeah, and I don't think he's very good.
Like, it feels like I think we said this to open up the broadcast. Like, the Rockets are just punting the center position, and today it feels like they've only reestablished that it's not a priority for them. That, like, the way they're going to win games is not going to be through just, like, rebounding and shutting teams down at the rim. In the most athletic thing either of us do on the stream today, I'm about to throw this ball of wrapper. Ooh, a little burp there. I'm about to throw this wrapper into the trash.
It did not go in.
It missed by that much.
And we have a new listener, Liv. Liv is watching right now.
Liv Whitaker?
Liv Whitaker is watching.
Liv Whitaker?
Thank you for the compliment on my laptop stickers.
Oh boy.
She just texted. She didn't send
Oh
it
my
in the
God.
live stream
Okay,
chat.
well.
But hey guys, we're at 8. We're at 8 viewers right now. Our goal today is to get to 10.
We would love to get into double digits.
So
I texted my dad 10 minutes ago that we were on, and he has not tuned in yet. So that's where we're at. But yeah, if anybody's got a friend that wants some hard-hitting basketball analysis and celebrity all-star game picks, send them our way.
Any more trades?
Chocolate milk. So David, I think it's your turn to pick in our celebrity all-star game pool. Would you like to maybe go into the draft pool and do some digging? And a quick update, Memphis has the right to swap the least favorable of Dallas and Miami's second-round picks in 2023 for Houston's second-round pick in 2023, as long as Houston's pick is not 31 or 32. So basically, as long as Houston is not the worst team in the league that year, Memphis can swap Dallas or Miami's pick with Houston's. So who's your celebrity all-star game pick, Dave?
Let me take this one.
Oh, right, you need the marker that works.
Yeah, this is tough. But I'm thinking.
This is some great live streaming. Just a couple seconds of silence, keep the people on their toes, make our words mean more.
I can't tell you why.
Oh boy.
I'm just leaning towards this guy.
Oh no. Howie Mandel? What?
So can we get a height check on Howie Mandel?
Yes. Howie Mandel height. 5'10". Well, look, Howard Stern is locking him up on the wing. That's not even negotiable.
How tall is Howard Stern?
He's 6'5".
Really?
Yeah.
You know,
Is the stream paused? The stream looks like our connection is less than excellent. We back?
yeah.
We're back. Okay, cool.
Say something in the comments if the stream is like fidgety or something.
Yeah, if your streams are lagging, please let us know. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I just think he's got good energy.
Pearl has an interesting addition to the discussion. Howie Mandel doesn't shake hands or high five, so the hype factor is not there with him. Howie Mandel, bad teammate? Will David's team have chemistry issues? Let's talk about this.
This is just anecdotal evidence, though.
Well-
Can we see some proof here, Pearl?
I mean, he is he's a confirmed germaphobe. He doesn't shake hands.
Oh,
High five
right,
people.
right. I actually did know that. Sorry for doubting you. I forgot about the germaphobe aspect.
Zach, what is this bit with Howie Mandel being a TikToker? Is that a real thing?
Howie Mandel is a TikToker. He has by far the worst TikTok I've ever seen.
Actually, I'm going to stop you right there because the worst TikTok that I've ever seen came courtesy of Timothy Haas, viewer of this very live stream. Absolutely terrible TikToker. Posts cringe all the time. You hate to see it. Waiting for the stream to get to when Timmy hears that.
Um,
Oh boy, I heard a chair move.
I
Timmy's flipping me off through the door. You'll love to see that.
I just want to tell everyone that right now Tom has just Google searched tall actresses.
My team is all dudes right now, and I feel like it shouldn't be. But I also don't want to sacrifice the length advantage that I seem to get right now. And so that brings me to our fourth pick. Where's the marker, David? Okay, my fourth pick.
So I had a tall actress in mind for my team as well. I just hope we didn't end up with the same pick here.
You had Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is 5'3" and isn't an actress.
No, I have another one in mind.
Who is yours?
No, you go first. I want you to write it down first.
What if I promise to not switch my pick?
Okay.
Okay, I will not switch my pick if you tell me the tall actress right now.
Wait, can you explain?
Okay, you know, I'm just gonna put it. My pick is Brienne of Tarth.
Okay.
Gwendolyn Christie is going to be running at the 4 for my team.
Also, Captain Phasma.
From the new Star Wars. We're bringing out the new Star Wars trilogy for this.
You don't remember Captain Phasma?
Dave, I absolutely do not remember Captain Phasma. So I'm going to pass the marker back to you if you would like to pick a...
For my last pick, another tall actress.
Oh boy.
Too tall, maybe.
Oh?
I'm going with Elizabeth Debicki.
Elizabeth Debicki? We've got Bryce Dearden. How's it going?
Can I get a celeb?
Celeb shot?
Celeb shot.
Yeah, I will pass you the mic. Oh, I just...
I'd like to. I don't have to come out. I just like to toss Adam Driver. I think would be.
Oh, that's
Adam Driver. I
That
like
was-
that. Military man.
He's a tall boy.
Get the troops involved.
Hey Tom, can you look up how tall Elizabeth Debicki is? I don't know if anyone has seen the movie.
Is she from Tall Girl?
No.
Oh.
What's that movie called?
Who is from Tall Girl? Elizabeth Debicki is 6'3".
Scroll down. Widows. Right.
Widows. Okay.
She's very good in the movie Widows, and she's very, very tall in it.
And she's very, very tall in it. Okay.
In that movie, they have to rob a bank, or no, they're not robbing. I forget what they're robbing. They have to perform some sort of heist, and she does a great job. So,
Okay. Let's see. The lead actress from Tall Girl. How tall is she?
She's only like 6'1". I've looked this up before.
That's taller than me. She's 6'2". Pretty tall.
The
Bryce.
mountain from Game of Thrones.
Bryce, for $1, name a woman.
A woman.
Yes. It was asked in the comments section, Zach specifically.
Just like any woman.
Just name a woman. $1. Go. Name a woman. Let's go.
Brittany Braun.
That checks out, yes. Okay, good. She is confirmed whammon. She is a whammon, people.
Tom, we have some actual news.
Oh, boy. What's up?
Clippers and Knicks are seriously engaged in talks. This is from Shams.
Oh, boy.
Clippers and Knicks are seriously engaged in talks that would send Marcus Morris to the Clippers, league sources tell The Athletic.
Interesting.
2 young players potentially involved to New York Clippers.
I wonder who the young players would be, because I know they don't want to...
No, Clippers
Oh.
young players.
Fiondu Kabengele and Terrence Mann. Okay. I mean, I think
I don't know either of those young players.
I've never watched a minute of Terrence Mann or what was the name again? I've never watched a minute of Fiondu Kabengele, but I mean he's on an NBA roster. I'm sure he's a very capable basketball player. I think the good thing with the Knicks firing Steve Mills is
I'm
that
just walking away for a second. I was gonna.
yeah, I'm getting my laptop charger.
Hey Tom, can you pass me my banana?
Your banana? Are you a child? Can you not get the banana yourself, David? I'm passing David his food.
Thanks.
Yes, but the Knicks, their old administration seemed to have this obsession with keeping Marcus Morris, despite having almost a decade of tape indicating that he's not the lead dog on a good team. He's just not up to that.
Do you think this is a World Wide West move?
I don't know. I don't know if World Wide West is calling the shots just yet, which is terrifying because that means there's a chance that James Dolan is actually making the moves for the Knicks today. I think the good thing is that this also doesn't seem to be like a final package that the Knicks would get. Like hopefully there's a pick or two. Actually, can the Clippers even functionally trade a first round pick? We also have some movement. Scal Labissiere, former Kentucky Wildcat, is going to Atlanta, and cash from Portland. I wonder what Atlanta's sending back. Oh, no. For a second there, I thought maybe Atlanta was flipping Capella, but that doesn't feel like a Capella return. I feel like Atlanta's going to hold on to Capella. But yeah, so Scal's going to Atlanta. Scal's going to Olivia Whitaker has figured out how to comment. You love to see that.
Now, Scal to Atlanta. Atlanta's picking up a lot right now.
Atlanta is...
Just today, they have gotten, or just in the last 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, they have gotten...
Confirmed, 48 hours is the number of hours that we are working with here for Atlanta.
Clint Capella.
Clint Capella. Jordan Bell.
Jordan Bell.
And Scal.
Scal. And Dwayne Dedman.
And Dwayne Dedman. Atlanta is just doing the old
and
run out a bunch of tall fellas.
And they waived Nene and Chandler Parsons.
Atlanta just has too many tall people to know what to do with.
And the Rockets have not enough tall people and a lot of wings. I think, could something happen here?
I don't think they're going to merge teams. I'm going to put a stop to that talk right away. Sam Penny.
Hello.
Sam, what did you get at U-Burger? We're going to analyze your order.
I got a cowboy burger,
Okay, cowboy burger.
which includes mushrooms, onions.
Are those like caramelized onions, fried onions,
I
raw
believe they're
onions?
Caramelized.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Jack cheese.
Do you have a barbecue sauce?
Yes, there might be actually.
Okay. You go fries with that or no?
I got some sweet potato fries.
Love that. Love the sweet potato fries. David, I'm going to quickly turn this into a power ranking segment if you don't mind. Let's power rank our favorite ways to eat potatoes.
You can say hi.
Yeah, you can wave to the camera.
Hello, audience. I'm not in frame right now.
Okay, so you can write yours on that side of the board. Thank you.
What are we doing?
Well, you got your individual rankings. I'm sorry to have interrupted your stream, but I'm glad to be.
Oh, no worries. You are sending us on to a good segment.
Oh, beautiful.
And I hope the cowboy burger is very good.
It's decent. U-burger quality, especially at Northeastern, seems to be mediocre.
Pretty good, yeah.
Wait, question
Like
for the
average.
audience. Are you guys hearing my banana chewing? Is that why there's a lot of comments about it?
That was absolutely about the blowing of your nose directly into the microphone,
By
David.
the way, it's ASMR. So you guys should be thankful. You should be thanking.
Why would you think that was about the banana and not the loud honk of your nose? It was like louder than any one word we've said today.
We need to confirm from the audience.
It was definitely about the nose blowing.
I will need to get more napkins.
Okay, what about your
Actually,
favorite ways to eat
Do you want to run and get the napkins?
No, throw me
Oh.
the Dayquil. It's been 4 hours.
David is taking a Dayquil live on camera.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Okay, everyone.
Thank you, Timmy. It was obviously the nose.
Love me some technology.
All right, and we are
It's back.
back.
Oh, you're back. Right after you're back. I was gonna say this has gone very off the rails.
Well, they're about to power
Well-
rank their favorite ways to consume potatoes.
Well, the trade deadline's not for another hour and 20 minutes, so.
Yeah, a lot of the trades already happened too.
But
Door
I mean,
closed.
we're getting some trades. I just don't know what to say about Portland trading Scal. I mean, I've always really liked Scal.
I am not that high on Scal. Like, I just feel like, I don't know. He seems like a player that just doesn't have it. Like, I want to believe in Scal. Kentucky guys usually do well in the league, but I just don't see it with him. I mean, I guess he'll get the chance to improve in Atlanta. I think Atlanta seems to be like taking a swing on a lot of tall folks and just being like, hey, maybe one of them develops.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah,
Yeah, no
you're-
worries. Do what you gotta
you're
do. So yeah. So Dave, you want to maybe jump into our potatoes segment?
Yeah. Let me just.
All right, yeah. This is part one of our new segment called David Takes Dayquil Live on Camera. David, I'll let you get to it.
All right. So we had a little discussion earlier. We were wondering if you take, the Dayquil dose. It says you're supposed to take it every 4 hours. What happens if you take it less than 4 hours? Right now, I'm at like 3 hours and like 40 minutes. So we'll see what happens. First one going down. Second one.
Timmy is saying that we cannot afford an FCC fine.
What's the FCC fine, Timmy?
I believe it's the Federal Chumps Commission, so we're not worried about them fining us. So yeah, do you want to actually? I believe I still have one more pick to make in the Celebrity All-Star Game pool.
How does everyone like my picks here? I mean,
Sound off in the comments which team you think would win between David's and mine. Okay.
Just a little Iowa caucus update.
Uh-oh.
The Iowa Democrats are now saying that Tom Perez cannot decide whether there is a recanvass or not. So now there is infighting between the national DNC and the Iowa DNC.
A pissing contest between two people who have pissed off their entire constituency. You'll
Yes.
love to see it. So for my fifth player on this Celebrity All-Star Game pool, I'm actually gonna zag a little bit when David seems to have zigged at every turn, and I'm gonna go for one of the shorter celebrities that I can think of, and that is Junior Mafia member Lil Kim. Comes in at a whopping 4'11". I think her athleticism is going to be very on display here. I think with her diminished height, she's going to be able to create some more separation from defenders with the shoot. Yeah, so I mean, Lil Kim is the fifth member of my team. Timmy, I'm not drafting you. Stop commenting that. David, do you want to maybe pick a potato style to eat?
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to land a guest right now.
Oh, really?
Yes, my friend, a friend of mine, a different James, is just downstairs in Curry.
Different James.
Is just downstairs in Curry right
Oh,
now.
I think I might have
and-
met this James actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
he's
yeah.
a big basketball fan.
Big
so
basketball guy, huh?
He'd have some good insight here.
All right. Do you want me to bring over an extra chair?
Let's see if he comes. Liv, I'm responding to you right now. So,
Oh, we've got my dad coming on in
We're,
15 too. That is, by the way, yeah. Tom Gambardella Sr. is going to be calling in to talk about basketball, talk about the Knicks, talk about the fantastic times that we've had watching that team.
get a new chair. We're gonna have a guest coming in now.
We have our first guest of the afternoon coming in. David, do you want to introduce the guest?
My friend James Greytalk, Sixers fan.
Is that it? That's the entire intro?
He is from Philadelphia.
He's a fan of the team and the city that he's from.
He'll be up in maybe 5 minutes.
Great. I'd love to hear that. That's
there
going to be
will,
James's chair.
Yeah. I'm amazed there's still 8 people watching this because we haven't talked about basketball for a while.
We've talked about basketball, you know. We've completed the Celebrity All-Star Game picks.
That's true.
Oh, what question should we ask James? Maybe ask about his Celebrity All-Star Game picks?
Yeah, and I'd say what he'd like the Sixers to do.
That's a good one, yeah. Zach says, tell your dad I say hi. Zach, I'm not going to do that. He's never met you. Don't try to talk to my father. I'm just kidding. Nah, I mean, I might tell him you say hi. I can't imagine what he would say. But yeah.
My number 1 potato pick, Tom?
Oh, boy.
Hash browns.
Hash browns at number 1. Write that in, because I would love for hash browns to be off the board before 2 of my first picks. We are snake drafting the potatoes, by the way.
Snake draft? I thought this was a power ranking.
Nope, it's a snake draft now. I just picked it because you picked hash browns at first like a fool. Oh my god. Okay, well. So David picked hash browns first overall. Like hash brown patties?
Yeah.
Hash brown patties.
I'm thinking, ask about the Tom Paris thing. We've covered it a little bit. What do you mean, Timmy?
I think he means to ask James.
Oh, yeah.
I just burped in my hand. Hopefully that didn't come across on the mic.
I'm
Because,
thinking,
you see, I'm the co-host that's trying to hide noises such as that from the mic. But David seems to be just letting them all fly.
oh, we're down to 6 viewers.
Oh, no, okay. We got to talk about basketball real quick. Okay. But first, my first 2 picks in the potato draft. I'm going to go with mashed potatoes as my first pick. Just blowing hash browns out of the water. A Thanksgiving staple, can really be eaten year-round. I'm agog that David didn't pick this first overall. And let's see. For my second pick, I think I'm going to go with good old-fashioned French fries. All right, David. Oh, that's...
See,
Oh, what, are you about to tell me that French fries are actually bad because too many people like them?
I just don't. I
You
don't
about to be
think
a
Tom's
potato
being
hipster?
that creative here.
Don't make it too hard, David. Sometimes you need to pick the obvious choice.
Who is that?
Is this James?
I don't know. Oh yes, it is.
Oh boy.
All right, actually, we're gonna pivot back to basketball.
Hello.
Oh, what's this?
All right, you get the middle seat. You're the guest.
do?
Yeah.
I was not expecting this. Oh wow.
We have. We just went down to 5 viewers. We were
Okay,
at 8
yeah.
a little while ago.
We were off basketball for a while, so this is good.
We're back to basketball.
Yes,
Well, now
these
we're gonna
were
be,
our NBA Celebrity All-Star Game teams. These is mine.
Why do you think Billy would be a good 3?
Thank you.
This team's definitely gonna win.
Yes! Let's go.
He's like 6'4".
As Liz McDebicky's pretty tall.
Lil Kim playing the 5 is going to kind of hurt me.
Beck, I feel like can probably play.
Oh, we're back up to 7. All right. So we're welcoming James in.
Thanks for having me.
James is a Sixers fan.
Big fan.
Maybe we can go over some of the trades we talked about earlier with James. I'm just going to double check,
Yeah,
make
of
sure
course.
nothing new has happened.
Okay.
Where should we start?
So, James, the Rockets seem to hate centers. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I saw a tweet the other day of PJ Tucker on stilts, and I think that is probably the best way that they should employ him. No.
Just put him on stilts, try and get him tall. I think that would work. Yeah, I mean, he's a big dude. Like, he's a big dude, but not that tall.
It's interesting because they have to play Jokic, Whiteside, AD.
Gobert.
Yeah, right now it's Gobert in round 1, which would be
Right.
terrifying.
Yeah.
David had an interesting point, actually.
Oh, wait. Just to clarify, can you guys hear James?
Oh, they might not be able to hear you at all.
I'll put it here.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Is this better? Boo, Sixers, boo. That's awful.
Which Rugrat is the best basketball player? Our pal
Definitely.
Timmy would like to know.
I would take Phil and Lil. Would they count as one combined?
They can count as
basketball
one
duo?
pick, yeah.
I think
In
they
a-
might
in a-
want them in my
In a
backcourt.
coat.
Yeah. No, not in a coat. They're my backcourt.
Okay.
Like the Harrison twins,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
cartooned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. That's a good pick.
Wait, can you not hear? Can we get some actual confirmation? Can we hear James? Someone?
How long are we doing this till? Until 3?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to stay the whole time.
Yeah, you don't
I
have to
have
all
class at 2:15.
No, we've been doing this since 12. So. Wait, let me just check on Timmy. Timmy's right. Timmy's still inside, right?
Yeah. So, how'd you become a Sixers fan?
Can you
I
hear
was born in
James?
Philadelphia.
Interesting. Okay.
That's how it works.
Do you yourself trust the process?
I do, of course.
Interesting. Okay.
What mic pack was that one saying?
One.
We've got Bryce Dearden walking through.
Can we just turn it up? Because they're trying to share one lab.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a coward is Ben Simmons for not shooting a 3?
I blame the coaching. I don't blame Ben.
They're this one.
So Brett Brown should be fired, is what you're saying.
He inevitably will not be the coach of the Sixers. I don't think, unless something really good happens in the playoffs, I don't think he'll be the coach next year.
Interesting. Okay, so basically you think that Brett Brown is out at some point between this year and next year.
Yes. He was not going to get fired midseason.
Who do you think would come in and coach the Sixers? You think maybe Coach K makes the jump to the NBA?
I don't
Not
want
a Coach K
I
fan?
don't want Coach K.
Well, you know, the thing about Coach K is in college basketball, he manages to win the right way. What is your take on that?
The right way, I guess, has changed over the years now that he is just getting all these one and done
It's working
players.
better.
That's interesting. Okay, so we've got an indictment of Coach K for taking one and done players.
I mean, it's not an indictment of him. I think it's an indictment of college basketball.
I left my card.
Yeah, no. If we get into the NCAA being a corrupt system, we could have a lot of conversation about that. I mean, the James Wiseman situation was very messed up. Didn't like that it went to or became James Wiseman leaving college basketball altogether.
Hello.
Oh, we got a double James in the league.
We'll call you in a little. Or do you want to go on after this, James? When do you have class?
I have work at 2, but I can leave that anytime.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
So.
You a Jordan Bell fan?
Yes. I think Jordan Bell's good. I don't know why he gets buried on the bench wherever he is.
But did you see? So we were having this conversation. Oh, sorry. We were having this conversation earlier. Yesterday, 2 days ago, the Rockets had Capella. He's gone, and they got Bell. But then they just traded Bell.
Yeah. For Bruno
For-
Capocolo.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yes, but who is there? Do you think they have another move to make to get another center, or are we just?
They're making another move.
I just don't.
kind of
Is there a
don't.
buyout guy?
Maybe they could go after. I would move Kyle O'Quinn or Al Horford in a heartbeat.
Scary Kyle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Former Nick
But-
Kyle O'Quinn.
I also think Robert Covington, you're underrating his interior defense.
You think he's going to be like a Marcus Smart type, like
He
short,
could be.
but just keeps big men on.
As a Sixers fan, I'm all about Rocco.
Do you regret the Jimmy Butler trade?
Yes.
Really says a lot. Bye, James.
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of like you. I mean, you listed all the players they have to go up against in the playoffs. I just don't see. So the idea I proposed was you start Tyson Chandler, but you play him like 12 minutes a game,
That's probably what you have to do.
and just play him at the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
And yeah, you run a weird. I mean, you're gonna have to run a lot of PJ Tucker at center lineups.
It's gonna
Can
be
Robert
weird.
Covington play center in
That's
small
what
ball?
I'm saying. I think he could be.
Yeah.
He could be a small ball center. He's what, 6'9",
He's 6'9", Jesus Christ.
6'8", 6'9". He can play the 4 better than most people think.
We're clarifying his
Yeah,
height.
Rocco is 6'9". Wow. Okay, yeah, maybe they run some small ball 5 with Rocco.
Are we not going to talk Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson III?
I think that came up like briefly in the first 2 minutes, and then we just
Glenn Robinson III is shooting 40% on threes, and he runs 2.5 miles in a game. He's their new JJ.
2.5 miles.
Is that high?
Yes, that's very high.
Oh well.
He's running around all the time with
What's
constant motion for GR3.
What's considered like a good amount of miles to run in a game?
I don't know.
Like, what's the line
you know,
between like Okay, let's see.
I don't think Al Horford runs many miles a game.
I can't imagine him being a big runner.
You know, the thing about we were talking about this is that I think Robinson is definitely a good shooter, and I think he'll be good. But I don't buy the Alec Burks like averaging 16 points a game stat line. I just feel like it's because the Warriors are so bad. Like I think he'll average like 7 points a game on the Sixers.
Yeah, I mean, how many minutes do you give him? You can't give him that many minutes. Probably like 18 minutes a game.
Yeah.
And he's not putting up 16 and 18 minutes. Probably I could see him going for like 8 to 10 a night. He can dribble, which is like better than half of our players right now.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. We gotten any new trades?
Any new trades? Let's see.
Oh. Knicks are 8 minutes ago from Shams.
Oh boy.
Knicks are in significant talks to move Marcus Morris to the Clippers for Mo Harkless and other assets.
Ooh, Mo Harkless coming home, former St. John's University player, coming back to New York.
Tom's a Knicks fan.
I'm a Knicks fan, and I just cannot get.
Barkley went to St. John's.
Yeah, he was there for I think a year.
Lakers have
The Sixers drafted Mo Harkless.
They did.
They did, and then instantly traded him to the Magic in the Andrew Bynum trade.
Yep.
Lakers have informed Knicks that Kyle Kuzma has been removed from trade
He
discussions.
should have never been in trade
Yeah, I don't-
discussions.
I was saying this earlier. Like, I get if you want to trade Kuzma to try and get something, but trading for Marcus Morris just feels like trading for like an older version of a
Of
very
Kyle's-
similar
Oh,
skill
Kyle
set.
Kuzma, yeah.
Like, he's gonna stop the ball. He's not a great floor spacer. Plays the exact same role. So yeah, he never should have been part of those discussions.
Dude, Shams has been killing Woj today, I think.
No, he has. Woj did get the D'Lo Wiggins one.
Yeah.
I felt like every step of the Miami trade, Shams was like at least
Yeah.
5 minutes before Woj.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about the Wiggins D'Lo trade?
I'm really interested to see how Andrew Wiggins plays in Golden State. I think this year he can just kind of be the guy. He can be like their number one option for the rest of the year, and he'll probably put up like 24 a game, which will be really interesting. I think the Timberwolves are trash, and they're going to remain to be trash.
Feels like a pretty not that bold prediction, but I think it's definitely going to be true.
Yeah.
They can't get worse than they are right now.
Yeah.
It's not like they're making a playoff push now that they have
Yeah.
D'Lo.
I mean, they got rid of Rocco, but they got D'Lo. They got Malik Beasley. Juancho. I mean, they're making some moves. Like they tried today, and I think the Hawks also.
They traded a first round pick that is top 3 protected and then is unprotected in 2022.
It's questionable.
You're supposed to build around those two players with what cap space and like who are your young players that you're developing? Josh Ogoki.
Hey, Okogi's okay.
Yeah, he's okay. Let's see. Do a quick Timberwolves roster read. I mean, Gorgie Deng is probably still in his 20s.
Did they get Vonleh or did they trade Vonleh?
I think they just got Vonleh.
When did they get Vonleh?
Today, I think it was like a throw-in with the 12-player trade.
Oh.
Nas Reed. I really
No,
thought
I think he went out because Baz
went out?
also went out.
Oh yeah, Baz did go. Huh, where is now Vonleh? Okay, we've got a quick Twitter search.
Yeah, he goes to the
No, Vonleh going to the Nuggets. I actually really like that. Although
it's like Jeremy Grant plus Jeremy Grant.
yeah, it's weird. I feel like the Nuggets are getting a little bit too like. Was it 2 years ago? The Raptors were all like, "Oh, they have so much depth," and then they just got washed in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Nuggets feel like they're going a little bit too far in that direction, where it's just like, yeah, they've got all these players that can play, but none of them are like playoff players. Or, actually, no, not that last part.
How's our viewership right now?
It's at 8. Breaking news from Pearl. The MBTA line is going to be closed at the Northeastern stop in August.
Huh. Interesting.
I think they're putting a bus lane in Huntington. You heard it here first.
Wow.
Wow.
Quick thing, we've got my dad calling in.
Okay.
Wanna put him on for a minute? Hey, Dad, you're on the live stream. You want me to put you on speaker? All right. Speakerphone. Folks, we have my dad, Tom Gabardella Sr., joining us. Dad, how are you? It's going pretty well. I've been talking about basketball and other non-basketball things for about 2 hours. I ate a tuna sandwich live on camera. Drank some
Glad I
chocolate
missed
milk.
that.
We're power ranking our favorite ways to eat potatoes. What's your favorite way to eat potatoes, Dad?
Let's see, potatoes. Lots of butter
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Big fan of butter. So
and
Dad,
and fast.
also true. You've been a Knicks fan for how long, Dad?
Going past 1969.
Nice. Okay. So I guess the first question, we'll get right into it. Do you ever regret not pushing me towards a different team, like maybe the Nets or the Celtics, the Sixers, just teams in the area that are not the Knicks?
No, not at all.
Is this like a character building thing?
No, actually, I'm just abusive. It's a hometown thing. You
Okay.
know, we like the Rangers, we like the Yankees, we like the New York Giants, and for many years the Knicks had a really fun team to watch. Certainly, as I was growing up, definitely not while you've been growing up.
If you don't mind my asking, what were those years? Because I have not seen any of them.
Okay, well, I go back a bit longer than you.
Just a
So
bit.
the last two championships would be 1970 with Willis Reed, and then you look 1994 and 1995. They lost, I guess, in Game 7 to Houston, which was Jordan's.
The John Starks game, right?
Yeah. Let him shoot. Oh, wait a minute, he's still shooting.
He's
That
still
was
missing.
Jordan's. Yes, that was Jordan's first year of retirement, and then they also won the championship, I guess, in just trying to think. Once 73, they also won. So
73, yeah.
So as I was, quote, growing up, and around your age, it was fun to watch the Knicks. They had a really great team. They had some great coaches and quality players. And unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. Obviously,
For the
you've
past
enjoyed
50
basketball.
years? 40?
At
least 20.
It's certainly at least 20.
Actually, they had
when
those
you
2
look
years where
back.
they won like 50 games with Melo.
If you look at 94, the 95 season, when they got to the finals against the Rockets, I'm not sure that I can remember a really big season since then. So, unfortunately, it's been your entire life with the drought.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's been a rough couple decades to be a Knicks fan. So I guess with the Knicks comes the Mecca, the Garden. Dad, you've been to the Garden plenty of times. What are some of your favorite memories in Madison Square Garden? Just being in the building.
Let's see. In the world's most, quote, famous arena, one of my favorite times in the building
Yeah.
was St. John's
Okay.
playing Indiana
Okay.
in the Holiday Festival in 1975.
Okay.
You don't go back that far. But
Not
it was
quite.
a Bobby Knight team that finished 32-0. All 5 starters went to the NBA, and St. John's was unbeaten. The game was, I guess it was late December. It was after Christmas,
Okay.
and St. John's took them right down to the wire.
Interesting. Was this an Isaiah Thomas Indiana team or?
No, this had Quinn Buckner was their lead player, who obviously never became, quote, a household name. He certainly was back then.
Uh-huh.
But the fun thing was college years, and what a memory to see them play that kind of a game. And in fairness, some of the other things from a St. John's standpoint, I mean, you and I have seen some fun St. John's game. We saw them
blow out Duke that one time.
I was just gonna say,
When
yeah,
Duke had,
absolutely.
I think it was 3 Plumlees on one team.
I think there were like 8 Plumlee brothers.
Arguably too many Plumlees, I would say.
Definitely too many, and the ball wasn't big enough for all of them.
Absolutely not. Okay, so your favorite memory at the Garden is a college game.
Yeah, actually.
Anything else come to mind?
Not attending, when not at the Garden, but watching it, on TV or whatever. Obviously, the Rangers Stanley Cup.
Okay, yeah,
In
yeah.
1994. particularly with Mom being a huge Rangers fan.
Okay.
And that being 50 years after their last Stanley Cup, which is starting to be the case with the Knicks after their last championship, 50 years plus. And then you would remember the famous quote from the Ali Frazier bout at Madison Square Garden in 1971, "Down goes Frazier."
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yes, so that was
So in
that was
three,
another.
the top 3 Garden memories of yours do not involve the Knicks.
Actually, no.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. They don't give people many positive memories. Hey, Dad, are you hearing?
Either that or I've forgotten them. They were so long ago.
That's also very possible. You hearing the Knicks fired their president yesterday?
Yes, I hear they're looking at player agent Leon Rose to possibly replace him.
Yeah. Yeah, they're looking at Leon Rose and a guy named Worldwide Wes, which I'm in on that one on name alone. What do you think of Worldwide Wes, Dad?
I think it's got a great name.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a nickname like that, Worldwide Wes.
Okay, so I think we started the call on a little bit of a down note for the Knicks, but we're ending on a positive. We're both big Worldwide Wes guys.
Oh, absolutely. Very, very true. He's probably one of the better names since an NBA player many years ago who went by All World Lloyd B. Free.
Oh, yeah, World Be Free. Former Philadelphia 76er. All right, Dad, I'm going to let you go, but thank you for calling in.
Have a great day, Tom.
You
Always
too.
A pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that was Tom Gambardella Sr. We're back here in the room. A man with many positive Garden memories, but none of them pertaining to the Knicks. Do we have any trades that I missed while talking to my dad?
I don't believe so. I was refreshing Twitter pretty quickly.
Knicks are finalizing a deal to send Marcus Morris to the Clippers for Mo Harkless and other assets.
Oh, sweet.
Interesting.
Who are the 2 young players that they're sending?
Shams has not said.
It's Terrence Mann and
I think those guys were on the table.
Fiondu Kabengele. 2 players that Dave and I have never seen. James, have you ever watched any Fiondu Kabengele basketball?
Who?
Fiondu Kabengele.
No. Can't say I have.
All right. Let's do a quick.
He reminds me of Sekou Doumbouya, who's actually really good.
He's good.
I was watching a bit of Pistons Suns last night. I don't know why, but we had a challenge.
Andre had, 31?
Oh, yeah, he went off. We had a challenge to name the players on the court, though, and we got to 2 Pistons and couldn't name anyone else. D Rose was off the court at the time, so it was really tough. It was we knew Drummond and Reggie Jackson, and past that, stumped. I think Doumbouya was on the court at the time, though.
He's great.
Let's see. Okay.
I wonder who it is, who the young players are. It's not Shamit.
Yeah, they're adamant about not trading him.
Dave, how do you feel about the Heat and their trades?
So the contract extension on Iggy is the only part that worries me.
But doesn't he have he has an option?
Yeah, it's a team option, but still, it's a lot of money. But overall, I feel pretty good about it because, I love Justice Winslow, but he's played 11 games this year. Dion Waiters has played 4, and James Johnson has played 7. These 3 guys, as much as I like them all, they haven't been a big part of our team and haven't really been in our rotation. And Iggy and Crowder, I doubt Solomon Hill will be that big of a part of our rotation, but Iggy and Crowder are going to be a big part of our rotation. So I kind of see it as getting rid of 3 guys that aren't really doing anything for us right now. I mean, it's a win now move for sure. It's we are hoping that Iggy and Crowder can help push us over the top, and if we can make that Gallinari trade happen, which seems up in the air, but if we can land that too, then I feel very good. But right now, I'm thinking it's a solid C plus B minus trade.
Whose minutes are getting taken by those 2?
I'd hope we get some
got 10 cheaters.
Send the beacons.
I think they'll take the spots of. Ideally, I'd like to see a little bit less Kelly Olynyk.
The clinic?
Yeah. And I don't know. I think the thing is we had such a short rotation recently that I think it's also like it's just giving another spot. Like I think Iggy will play a lot. Or not Iggy. I think Crowder will play a lot. I think Iggy will play, but like I hope we're not playing him like 30 minutes a game.
Yeah, I feel like he's not a 30 minutes guy.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But a Crowder, I think, we could probably slot him into the starting lineup
Yeah.
if we wanted
Over
to.
who?
But I don't think we would. That's the thing. But let's say we got Gallo, starting
wanna
lineup of Nunn, Robinson, Butler, Gallo, Bam.
Yeah, that's. I would do a lot for you guys not to get Danilo Gallinari.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens here. Have we gotten any? I feel like we haven't gotten an update about this.
About? Oh, boy.
Got you, baby.
What?
10.
Oh,
Hey, we did it! Thanks to everybody, all 10 of you watching. We reached our goal for the day. We don't have a Patreon or like a donation system, but our Venmos are both open. James and Dave, what are your Venmos if people want to just like slide $1 your way for the fantastic content? Dave, you not on Venmo?
oh, sorry. I was not registering your question. Oh, it's a David-Shekel, Scheckel.
Okay, cool. James, you got a Venmo that people can drop $1 into?
Yeah, mine is James-Great Talk.
Okay, great. And mine is Tom-Gambardella. So if you want to just hit us up on the Venmo.
Spell all of our names right.
Yes, we're not going to tell you how. I think David told you how to spell his. Mine's pretty simple, 3 letters. So, James, you're a Sixers fan. Of that team, of the 4-team group of the Raptors, Celtics, Heat, Pacers, which one would scare you the most in the playoffs, and why?
Dark horse pick. Pacers.
Interesting. I mean, it's I like it. They've been really good, and now they have Oladipo. Like,
Yeah, like he was really their trade deadline acquisition.
Yeah.
They didn't give up anything for him.
Yeah, I don't like that team at all. Sabonis is actually pretty good. Miles Turner is like solid. TJ Warren is someone that the Sixers can never guard, and I don't know why. We beat the Celtics 3 times. Last game was a game that I went to here in TD Garden, and we got blown out by 21, and that was sad. But I think that was an anomaly. I think once we get Jay Rich back with our new additions of Alec Burks, and Glenn Robinson III, I think we
The
can make a
mile
run.
runner GR3.
Yes, exactly. Track star. And then the Raptors are winning a lot of games, but they don't really scare me that much.
Interesting.
yeah, I don't know how to feel about the Raptors.
And I'm not going to say that.
Game winning streak right
I'm
now.
not going to say the Heat just because Dave's sitting here.
But we are, what are we, 3-1?
3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, against the Sixers.
Which I'm surprised about, frankly, because I never think we pair up well against Embiid. But
So we did have a lot of bid ideas planned for this that we didn't get to. Dave, do you want to maybe do a quick talk about it like Bill Simmons?
sure.
And
All right.
Spotify.
If you want to feed me a topic, I can jump in and Simmonsify it.
Okay. Let's go with the best. Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
Cleveland finalizing a deal for Andre Drummond.
Whoa.
That's insane. Okay.
Wait, say
Drummond's
you-
going
Cleveland is finalizing a trade for Detroit's Andre Drummond. Woj got it first.
to- Woj scooped him. Oh, wow. Okay. What could Cleveland send? Like, I can't imagine it's Kevin Love. Is it just picks?
They have to get to 30 million though. Drummond's on a max.
I feel like Tristan Thompson definitely moves.
Yeah, he's out.
Okay.
Get the Cleveland
So, yeah,
roster
Cleveland
up.
Cavaliers roster. It could be Thompson.
We get the money.
Wow. This is weird.
Cavaliers payroll. Okay, so they need to get to roughly 30 million. Tristan Thompson's at 18. Larry Nance is at 12.
Brandon Knight's at 15 million.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, get him out.
Get him out of there.
Get Henson out too.
Yeah, John Henson being at 9 is shocking. All right, yeah. So realistically, if you go like Thompson, Henson, and I can't imagine they'd move Chetty, maybe Zizic.
I don't know what is
It
this.
has to be and then
What is
draft
this?
comp.
Yeah, it's got to be picks because that's.
What does this do for either team?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like either team gets substantially better with this.
I think the Cavs are probably making this like a future move to pair him with what are their names? Kevin Porter and Garland and Sexton. It's probably
Yeah, that makes sense.
But this is Brandon Knight, John Henson, and a second-round pick.
Huh. Okay.
Wow, that is a terrible trade for the Pistons.
Yeah, that's getting nothing. Hello, Bridget.
Hello.
How are you? John Henson, Brandon Knight. A second rounder. Crap. Okay. Do we think a second trade is in the work for the Cavs that includes Tristan Thompson, or do we think they're just rolling with 2 5s?
I don't know. I think this is weird. What do you do with a lineup where you have Drummond? You can't play Drummond, Love, and Tristan
No, they
together.
Absolutely can. Maybe is it now? This feels like Rocketsy, like there's another move here, but it's odd to gauge what it is.
Why is Draymond trending? Oh, I think that's the memes about Wiggins, right?
I would assume, yeah. Yeah. Draymond's now strangling Wiggins.
Interesting.
Okay, so the Cavs have Andre Drummond.
This is an interesting salary dump for the Pistons because Henson and Knight are both up at the end of the year, so they're gonna have a lot of money to pair all of their a max star with injured Blake Griffin and Sekou Doumbouya.
Well, James, have you heard the buzz of Giannis to Detroit?
I have not.
He loves that Great Lakes area. He's played in Milwaukee before. That's basically the only ties that he has. We've also had some Giannis to Memphis buzz on this show, as Dave can attest to. They're clearing a lot of salary space.
They have a ton of space for 2021 right now.
I think
Could be interesting.
their team is going to be really good.
Yeah. If their young players turn out like as well as we think they're going to turn out.
Oh, yeah.
They're in the playoffs right now.
Yeah. I feel like for Detroit, this is just a goodbye, get rid of Drummond move.
Yeah, this isn't going to work any better than it has. Let's just rip off the Band-Aid here.
You think they'd move Blake? Do you think they'd move Blake in the next 40 minutes?
Maybe. I would at this point.
Yeah,
what
why
are you
not?
doing with this
Drummond,
team?
You're not I feel like you're going pretty scorched earth here. You might as well trade Blake.
Yeesh.
Pistons receive Brandon Knight, John Henson, and a second rounder. That's wacky. I just did not expect.
I'd love to hear the Bill Simmons bit.
Oh yeah.
You want Simmons by this?
Yeah. Let's.
Okay.
I'll give you. Someone's about to come in.
Who is it?
Trying to think of a topic. Do you have a good topic? Do you listen to Bill Simmons podcasts?
No.
Oh, this is gonna be great then.
I know the bit, but I try not to support Celtics fans.
That's fair. They don't need the support. They don't deserve it. I don't know, is this person trying to come in? Or just,
Hanging out.
just kind of watching the live stream. You can watch the live stream on your computer. You don't need to peek through the window. Now we're knocking. Hi, how's it going? No worries.
All right, Tom. I want you to talk about the best 3 to 7 young players in the NBA.
All right. Well, so I think
I think Tatum's got to be number one, right? I mean, after how he's performed this year with some of the leaps he's taken, I just feel like, I mean, he came back from Team USA and it was really a lot better. He had a full beard this offseason, and that's when I knew he was going to just take a step forward and really be a star caliber player for the Celtics. So I think he's got to be number one. I think Jaylen Brown's probably number two. I mean, his hair's shorter now, but I think he's a better defender than he gets credit for, and really just he's taking a leap scoring. So I would say, yeah, Jaylen Brown.
What do you think the Jaylen Brown ceiling is?
I mean, I don't know if it exists, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like if he just gets to a point where he's having a moment, I think he's one of those, like, 7 to 9 guys that could really carry a team on a little bit of a run, you know? Number 3, I would probably go Shemi Ojale. I think he's got the bulk. He's got the NBA build, and I think if he's a great rebounder, great defender, can play the 5 better than his height might dictate, and I don't know, he's got that quality about him. How many players did you want me to name?
3 to 5.
I believe you said 7 in the first one.
Oh, 3 to 7.
I'm Bill Simmons, man. I don't do conventional numbers. Let's see, number 4. I like Gorgie Dieng a lot. He's one of those guys where if it's like the late game on League Pass and you turn it on, it's like, wow, Gorgie Dieng's really giving the Suns fits right now. So I mean, I really enjoy watching him. So yeah, I think my top 3 would be probably top 4 would probably be Tatum, Brown, Ojale, and Gorgie Dieng.
I like it.
Yeah. That was talking about what goes. That was a good bit. Thank you.
James is asking us to do a power ranking. What do you mean, James?
James, what things do you want us to power rank in a top 10? You want us to power rank the numbers 1 through 10?
How long is it until trade deadline?
36
Okay.
minutes. We can do this.
Don't you have class?
I'm soon.
When is it?
50.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a stapler in here?
I don't know.
I think there might be one in there.
Probably, yeah. There might be.
Andre.
I really need to go run and get a tissue. I'll
You
be
gonna
right
blow
back.
your nose right into the mic again, Dave? You know, like the first hour of the live stream, he just full on honked right into the mic. Everyone in the comments was talking about how it hurt their ears.
Good stuff, buddy.
It was terrible, yeah.
Are you sick?
A little bit.
Is that why there's like Dayquil on the desk? Okay.
Yeah, we had a segment called Dave Takes a Dayquil live on camera.
Nice.
For some reason, he felt the need to like talk through it and be like, "I'm unwrapping it now. Pill 1's going down." Okay, so yeah, we got 36 minutes till the trade deadline. If the Cavs make another trade, what piece do you think would be the most likely to move?
The Cavs or the Pistons?
If the Cavs move a piece. 'Cause
Oh!
they have-
Minnesota has joined the Miami-Memphis deal and will trade Gorgie Dieng for James Johnson.
top 4 young player in the league, Gorgie Dieng.
Wow.
Moving
Did you
to-
call that?
I think I spoke that into existence.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
Gorgie Dieng is on
He's
the
getting
move.
the recognition he deserves.
The Knicks have an agreement in principle to trade Marcus Morris to the Clippers.
Late. So wait, Minnesota. So Gorgie Dieng went from,
Dieng went from
no, James Johnson went from Miami.
to
Memphis.
Minnesota now.
Yes. So now James Johnson's going to Minnesota and Gorgie Dieng is going
going
to
to
Memphis.
Memphis? Yeah.
Interesting. Not
Weird.
really.
Yeah, like
It
it's
doesn't
just-
matter at all.
Like Gorgie Dieng, I don't know. I guess he'll get some minutes in Memphis, but like,
Behind Jonas.
oh yeah.
And do they have any?
I think they got Jordan Bell in that trade too. Like I gotta imagine.
Jordan, yeah, because he went from Houston to. Now he got traded from Houston to Memphis for Bruno.
For Bruno, yes. He did go to Houston, and now he's going to Memphis.
Wow, what a crazy deadline!
Yeah, like David and I were talking in the lead up, and we were like, yeah, it's probably gonna be kind of a boring stream. Like, there's not gonna be many trades made coming up to it, and then all of a sudden the league just decided to go freaking crazy. The Pistons essentially dumped Drummond because they want to avoid the possibility that he opts in next year. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. Hello, Dave. How was the nose?
James Johnson is actually going to Minnesota, and Gorgie Dieng, who we were just talking about, is going to Memphis.
Interesting.
Top tier young player, Gorgie Yang.
Is he not
While
gonna
James
go-
Johnson can now be D'Angelo Russell's weed plug in Minnesota.
What about?
It's got to be a tough day for business when you move from Miami to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Are you
Where
sure he's
did
going
Dion
to
go?
Memphis.
Yeah.
Are you sure that?
It just happened.
Yeah.
It just came through.
Excuse me.
There it is.
But does this mean they're trading for?
For James Johnson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But could that also mean that Miami is getting Gorgie?
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I would assume that Gorgie is going to go to Memphis. Do you want Gorgie Yang?
Yeah. We literally don't have a backup center that's capable of rebounding the ball. So I'd be very happy with Gorgie Dang. He's a big upgrade over Myers Leonard.
Counterpoint. If you run Kelly Olynyk at the 5, he can just like break someone's shoulder.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Now the other team doesn't have a backup center.
I'm wondering what you don't see in Myers Leonard.
Myers has been a very actually solid offensive player this year, but he just is always such a complete. We get steamrolled in the paint anytime Bam's out for more than like 2 minutes. Like we can't do anything. That's the position that's the thing I would most hope that we upgraded today was get a backup big man. So if we can get Gorgie, I would be very happy about that. But it seems like it's not being communicated what's happening.
So I feel like with half an hour left, is it crazy to assume that, or is it crazy to think that Memphis is actually one of the teams that I like the most at coming out, like in terms of what they did on this deadline?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
It says the Timberwolves have traded Gorgie Jang to Memphis for James Johnson.
Oh, okay. And we're waiting to hear Marcus Morris will be going to the Clippers. We don't have exact details of that yet, but it's happening.
It is happening.
I gotta go.
You're good.
You can walk through again.
Jonathan Julian Edelman in the house.
James Valdez has asked for a top 10 power ranking in general of everything.
Why don't we do NBA teams?
Top 10 NBA teams. Okay.
We can all do our own power ranking.
Do you want to? Not on the board. I guess I'll make a list.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're all going to do our own little power rankings really quickly, and we'll get ready in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Like 30 seconds.
30 seconds to compile a list.
Wow.
Top 10.
Top 10. Okay, James says no, everything. I want to do top 10 things.
I don't know. I feel like, as much as I'd like to do that, we're getting so close to 3.
Yeah, that's true. We need to stay somewhat on basketball.
There's going to be
Yeah.
people. They're like we had. I don't know if they're still watching, but we had a couple people that we didn't know watching this earlier.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were just like commenting on the Lakers. One dude was like an actual Lakers fan and was like, I'm hearing out in LA that it's going to be like Kuzma and Danny Green for Mitchell Robinson and Trier. And I was like, don't do that. That's a
That
bad
sounds
trade.
awful.
I love Mitchell Robinson, but don't do that.
All right. Yeah. Let's do the.
Power rank?
I really don't know how the West teams are doing. Like, I couldn't tell you who's where in the standings. I'm just going to go off of who I think is the best.
That's probably what I'm going to do too.
Are you guys gonna be recording a little bit?
We've been recording the whole time.
Oh, well, I just don't want to keep interrupting.
No,
Oh,
No,
yeah,
you're
it's-
good.
it's- Don't worry.
it's
about it.
absolutely no
Yeah.
worries. Okay.
All right. I'm just saying right now that I didn't put a ton of thought into this as I was
I am
doing
not
this.
either.
Same. No,
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I've done mine.
How many do I have here? I need one more team, and all right, my list is done as well.
All right, let's go 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9.
All right, you want to start? Or you want
Yeah,
me
I'll
to
go first. 10 Rockets.
start? I also have the Rockets at 10.
I have the Pacers at 10.
Interesting. Okay.
9 Sixers.
Sixers.
Celtics.
Interesting.
Interesting. 8 Pacers.
Rockets.
Pacers.
7 Jazz.
Celtics.
Jazz. 6.
Jazz on my team.
I forgot the Sixers completely. I think they're at 11
I
right now.
purposely, we'll get to it. 6 Raptors.
6 Nuggets.
3, 4, 5. I have the Raptors at 6.
We have very similar
We
lists.
have very similar lists.
5 Nuggets.
Heat.
Heat.
4 Heat.
Raptors.
Nuggets.
3 Bucks.
Clippers.
Clippers.
2 Clippers.
Lakers.
Bucks.
Lakers.
Bucks.
Lakers.
I mean, we have the same
Yeah.
teams in the same.
I
general
left
present.
the Celtics out of my top 10 because they're fake. They don't exist.
Don't hate that big.
Yeah, I forgot I left the Jazz out of my top 10 because I forgot.
I forgot the Clippers, or I forgot the Sixers, but I think if I was going to put them anywhere, they would be like 10, 11.
That's fine. I agree with that.
Any other trade? Should we do players? That might be fun.
Top 10 players in the NBA?
Yeah.
All right.
This season.
This season.
Evaluating based on this season.
Still quiet on the trade front, huh? Oh, wait. Jordan McRae is going to Denver, and Shabazz Napier will be going to Washington. The other... The trade we've all been waiting for all day has finally come. I mean, we were waiting for some sort of bombshell, and if it's not Jordan McRae for Shabazz Napier...
Roxbury, Massachusetts native Shabazz Napier.
I did not know that.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, right.
I have seen him sitting outside Crispy Dough on the
No
hill
way.
one time. Yeah, it was very interesting. I did a double take because I didn't believe it was Shabazz, and then I looked it up.
Did you get a glimpse of what Shabazz's crispy dough order was?
No, he was sitting outside, just kind of hanging out. I think he was practicing at Reggie Lewis Center or something.
yeah.
like that.
Oh, nice.
Do they have courts there?
I think so.
I would imagine they do, yeah.
I know it's track, but not sure.
Why is Danny trending? Oh, Danny Green.
How's everyone's list coming?
I'm at 8 right now.
For players?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't started.
Oh. I'm at 9. No, I'm also at 8. It's tough.
It is tough.
A lot of injured good players.
Yeah, I'm just kind of blanking.
have a voicemail?
I think I'm gonna be trying to call my grandfather. My grandfather wants to chime in.
Oh,
For this?
wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I love it. A buzzer beater call.
All right. I'm going to run through my list, and then I'm going to leave.
Okay.
Sounds good.
10. I didn't put a lot of thought into this. 10, Oladipo.
Interesting.
9, Ben Simmons. 8, Dame. 7, Harden. 6, Embiid. 5, AD. 4, Luka. 3, Kawhi. 2, LeBron. 1, Giannis.
Interesting. Okay, that's a good list. I'm at only 7 right now. So, Dave, do you want to do your list next?
Yeah. This is also a rough list. I had 10 Pascal Siakam, 9 PG, 8 Westbrook.
Boo. That's an awful
Wow. Russell Westbrook at 8.
So he's been good for the past month. 7 Embiid, 6 Lillard, 5 AD, Kawhi, Luka, Giannis, LeBron. Or LeBron, Giannis.
Okay, and my list starts with number 10 being Paul George. Then we go Ben Simmons at 9, Embiid at 8.
What?
I was completely stolen from this list. I was at 6 when he started reading it. I was like, yeah, that one sounds good. Who would you put? Could you read the bottom of your list again?
He said Pascal, which is
Pascal at 10. Wow, that's a take. So yeah, then we got Simmons and Embiid at 9 and 8. Dame Lillard at 7. I put James Harden over him at 6. And then the top 5 are Anthony Davis at 5, Luka Doncic at 4, LeBron at 3, Kawhi at 2, and Giannis at 1.
Yeah, I feel like that's a
top
consensus
5.
5.
Been, yeah.
Do we all have the same
Right.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I got to go to class.
All right.
Well, thank you for coming. It was great.
Oh, Allie's here.
Yeah, she. So there's no stapler in there?
I don't know.
Useless.
Bye, James. All right, that was James. So, Dave, we've got how long? Well, James Valdez will be jumping off of a rusty bridge, it appears, according to his YouTube comments. Oh, of the rusty bridge, like the one on campus. Okay, interesting. We're at 9 viewers. We lost one. Three hours is a long time to stream something live.
Yes, it is. Just trying to see if my grandfather's
What's your
gonna be called.
grandfather's name, Dave?
I call him Poppy.
Poppy Shekel. Okay.
Melonis.
Poppy Malonis?
Yes.
Okay.
Mom's. Actually, I am gonna call him.
Love it. Okay, we've got Dave's grandfather joining us shortly. Give a warm welcome to Poppy. Just make sure when he comes on he doesn't peak the audio.
Hello.
Hi, Poppy.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, how's it going?
What's going on?
So we're doing a little live stream about the NBA trade deadline.
Right.
So just trying to get some thoughts. My friend Tom just called his dad, and he had some thoughts. So we wanted to see if you wanted to chime in at all or anything.
So, do you want me to do something here?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on? Do you have any thoughts on the NBA season so far?
Oh, the season's been terrific with with LA having LeBron James. It's just they're just fantastic with LeBron.
I know.
And what's his name? The fellow from New Orleans that they got.
Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, between them two, it's been unbelievable watching that team play.
I know.
And their record is showing it too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they seem like they're a really excited and like happy team as well. Like they get along really well on the court and everything. And
You're 100% right.
yeah.
They're very, very, very together. And that's not that way with the stars. Everybody thinks he's a star, you know, but but this team is just fantastic all around. So I'm glad because I always liked LA. It's a great franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Great franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, I go back to the days of Will Chamberlain, and that's an unbelievable franchise.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So how are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Everything good?
Oh yeah, everything's going well.
Okay, that's terrific, David.
I don't think we've talked since everything happened with Kobe.
Oh? Who?
With Kobe.
Oh, with Kobe. Oh, yeah. That was just terrible, Dave. Just terrible.
Yeah.
As you're mentioning it, I still can't believe it.
I know. No, me neither. It's I every time I reread the news, I don't believe it.
Yeah. 40 years old.
Yeah.
And terrific guy, besides being one of the best ever
Yeah.
in basketball. But just a terrible situation.
I know.
Terrible. And his young daughter.
I know.
Oh, that's so terrible.
Yeah, his daughter and a couple of her teammates too. It's just a really nightmare.
Real nightmare. How you doing in school?
Good. Classes are going well.
Classes are going well. That's terrific.
Yeah.
And how's everything else? Your social life good?
Yeah. Just been kind of busy, last semester and everything, and I feel a little overwhelmed with everything going on, but trying to figure it all out, make time for everything.
Oh, that's good, David. Yeah. Very good. Okay, Dave.
All right. Thank you so much for calling, Poppy.
Oh, I love hearing from you. You take good care of yourself, and I love you, David.
Love you too.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was such a wholesome conversation. I love that.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Poppy, for calling in. I don't think he's watching.
No, I didn't.
But my parents told him to call.
Aw. So it appears there's some,
Is there any trades?
It appears there's a full agreement to trade Marcus Morris. We still don't have the details, but it's expected to be Harkless going to New York, it looks like. So I think it kind of seems like the big deals have been made. I mean, Jordan McRae to Denver for Shabazz Napier is the one that's sticking out to me. But I guess with 15 minutes left, I mean, what are your biggest impressions of this trade deadline? Do you want to do some winners and losers real quick?
Why don't we do predictions for the next 15 minutes? Give me your hottest take trade that you think is going to happen in the next 15 minutes. I mean, we just saw Drummond get traded. There was a lot of reports that Drummond wasn't going to get traded.
Yeah.
So anything can happen.
I can't see the Cavs being done. I can't see them leaving this deadline with Love, Thompson, and Drummond on their roster.
Oh, yeah.
And I know the perception around the league has seemed to be that the Cavs see Kevin Love still as that player that you have to give something up to get. But with his contract, a lot of teams around the league seem to see him as a player that they need to get something to take on. So I don't necessarily think he moves. I'll say my hot prediction is the Cavs move Tristan Thompson at some point within the next 13 minutes.
I actually completely agree with you. I think it has to. It's Love or Thompson.
Yeah, and I mean Thompson feels like the more movable piece.
I mean, we heard if we were asked 1 month ago to say who we think is most likely to be traded, we would have said Kevin Love.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's been giving I don't like to trash talk players like this, but it's been apparent the effort hasn't been there for him offensively or defensively. We've seen numerous clips of him just looking visibly frustrated on the court.
Now, if they trade Love, roll out a 4-5 lineup of Tristan Thompson, Andre Drummond.
It's an interesting one. I mean, very early 2000s with like a big 4 and a big 5, but
Yeah.
could work.
Um,
Zag when everyone else zigs a little bit.
Yeah. People in the chat, tell us what trade you think is going to happen in the next 12 minutes. We have 12 minutes left.
So far, who would you say are the teams that kind of won today? I mean, you might be biased, but the Heat have to be on your list, right?
Heat definitely. Grizzlies, as we talked about.
I think the Grizzlies coming out of this.
Hawks?
Yeah, the Hawks. I think I like what they're doing. I think John Collins has come a long way as a shooter and will probably continue to get better.
Yeah, if he becomes a good shooter, I love the Collins Capella pairing.
Oh yeah, no, I think especially with Trae Young, I think you need guys like that who can just sort of, I don't know, finish off of easy opportunities and pick and rolls with him.
They definitely need some better wings.
Yes.
And then
And to their credit, I mean they
look at go to ESPN and check out the Hawks bench right now. I bet you don't know a single player on their bench. Like it's pretty pretty dire.
Their starting lineup will be Trae Young, Herter. I think they traded Jabari.
I think they're starting DeAndre Hunter.
Are they starting Hunter right now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Trae Young, Herter, Collins. Trae Young, Herter, Hunter, Collins, and Capella will be the 5 going forward. They've got Jeff Teague.
Oh right, they do have Jeff Teague on the bench. The return.
Oh yeah, former 1/5 of the player of the month, Jeff Teague.
Mm-hmm. Former All-Star.
That's true. He was an All-Star. That was a wacky year. Okay. So let's see. So it looks like there's 5 that they've been. Okay, Trae, Collins, Herter, Parker, Reddish, Teague. Yeah, they didn't have a center. I'm imagining, obviously, with Capella in the building, that'll change. I mean, Hunter, Collins, and Capella, could do a lot worse for a rebuilding team's front court. And obviously, Trae Young is an offensive juggernaut.
Yeah.
Zach Horowitz. Oh, James made a very good point that they have Dedmon back in the building, too.
Yeah.
They're building something here.
That's big. I mean, is James? James, are you listening to this in class?
Yeah, James has a class that starts right now.
All right, guys, come on. We're at 9 viewers. We got to break 10.
If we close this out with 10 viewers, James's professor is late. James, what class you got right now? What are you learning? Zach Horowitz is listening at work, and he predicted that players are going to leave one team and go to another.
Oh, thank you, Christina. My sister, she Venmo'd me.
Oh,
$1.
Love to see that.
Thank you, Christina.
I've still gotten 0 Venmos from the viewers. Healthcare systems modeling and analysis. Interesting. Okay. I know all of those words by themselves, but as a unit, I simply could not tell you what you learned in that class.
Oh.
I'm sure it's very
My sister actually asked a question a while ago.
Oh, what'd she say?
Why can't Drummond, Love, and Thompson play together?
That's actually a very good question. Do you want to take that?
Yeah, so, I mean, from a defensive point of view here, one of those 3 guys is going to have to be on the perimeter, and none of them are very good on the perimeter. Maybe
They're
Thompson.
not a quick trio.
Maybe Thompson is all right, but
he's definitely not best served
yeah.
playing that role.
Defensively, you're going to get killed by the other team's small forwards.
Yes.
Next,
not a lot of spacing there either.
On offense, your spacing is killed because, I know Drummond is starting to shoot 3s, but only Love can shoot there. You're going to have Thompson and Drummond smushed into the paint. It's just bad spacing. It's like the inverse. It's actually very similar to when the Pistons had Drummond, Greg Monroe, and Josh Smith and tried to start them 3 together.
With Josh Smith 3.
Yeah.
Never forget it. Incredibly fun team to play on 2K.
Yes.
Just not a good team in real life. Okay. So yeah, I'm still at 0 Venmo payments. If anyone wants to just drop.
My sister says this has been very entertaining.
Oh, I'm glad she liked it. Is this the sister that recently had a baby?
Yes.
Oh, cool. How's the kid doing?
Good.
What did the kid's name wind up being?
Teresa.
I like that. That's a good name. Uncle Davey.
Uncle Dave.
All right, who tweeted pee pee poo poo from my Twitter?
That was Bryce.
Nice. Okay.
So source Shams says, "Oh, this is just an."
James Ennis is on the move. The Sixers have traded James Ennis to the Magic for a second-round pick.
What's your gut check? Give me a grade for each team there.
I'm actually gonna say that's like a B plus for the Sixers. Like, I can't imagine James Ennis being a significant part of a playoff rotation for them. They're not gonna have a ton of draft capital going forward, so I like them getting that second-round pick, being able to either send that out for another rotation player, maybe some extra shooting.
And you get Burks, you got Robinson. You don't need Ennis anymore.
Exactly, they're gonna fill whatever role he would have had.
And I mean, for the Magic, they just seem to want as many like 6 out of 10 NBA players as possible.
They're doing a weird like Island of Misfit Toys thing. I'm honestly a little surprised with how quiet the Magic have been. I don't know what move they would have made, but I just figured they wouldn't have been completely silent. Because I want to say they're they're currently the 8th seed in the East, albeit at 7 games below 500.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to get washed round 1 no matter what. The Knicks are set to have 7+ first rounders in the next 4 years in their rebuilding process. So,
Tom, we got a new bomb.
What is it?
The Clippers, Knicks, and Wizards have agreed to a 3-team trade that will land Marcus Morris and Isaiah Thomas with the Clippers.
A 2020 first-round pick to the Knicks. Do you think that's a Wizards first?
So, let me get this straight. The only thing the Clippers gave up was Jerome
Robinson. No, they probably gave up. They gave up Harkless.
and Jerome.
The pick must have been theirs then.
Yeah.
All of them. What did the Wizards? Okay, so the Wizards basically traded Isaiah Thomas for Jerome Robinson.
But they also got Marcus Morris.
No, Marcus Morris went to the Clippers.
And so did Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, and the Wizards gave up Jerome. Got Jerome for Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
And Harkless and the first rounder are coming to the Knicks.
I think that's a great trade. That's
Fantastic trade for the Clippers.
Yeah.
I mean,
they just added 2 of the best bench players you could get.
yeah, like they already had a unit, and now it's like they have depth on depth.
Yeah, too much.
Ooh, I like this. Do the Clippers have too much depth now after the deadline? Will there be chemistry issues because of how many good basketball players
That happens in 2K.
It does.
Yeah.
I hate it. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that's a really, like, the Clippers wound up having a really good day, even if they weren't the most active. Like, they got what they needed.
What time did I have my last take, Will?
I couldn't tell you. You'd probably scroll back through the live stream to see exactly when it was. But I want to say it was like
an hour ago?
Yeah, it was probably like 2 o'clock. Bottom of the last hour, I don't know. People watching the live stream, if you remember what time David last took Dayquil, he would like to know, just so he's doesn't take it too early.
James, Sixers fan, likes the move for James Ennis to the Magic.
Yeah, it's a good move. Like, it's basically just a free second-round pick. I mean, we've seen what those can turn into.
All right, we got 4 minutes. Sorry, we're just both kind of constantly refreshing here, trying to...
A lot of Twitter refresh, just trying to see what's going on. John Morant tweeted out a positive message to Solomon Hill and Jay Crowder.
Uh, 144.
1:44.
Thanks, Timmy.
PM Eastern.
It's about an hour ago.
Lifesaver.
Nothing. It's 2:57. Do you think we'll get any last-minute trades, Tom?
For the sake of the stream and for the sake of entertainment, I gotta believe we're not done yet. I gotta believe something else will be coming in. At the same time, though, like, I don't know. We haven't heard many murmurs of anything.
Yeah, and we also got to hear the rest of the Cleveland trade.
Yeah, we still don't know. Well, no, wasn't it Brandon Knight Henson.
Oh, right.
Like basically, they traded, as Stephen A. would say, they traded Andre Drummond for a box of cookies, and it's kind of wild to think, like, Andre Drummond's a very, like, he's not obviously the most modern style of player, but he's a very good player, and the Cavs got him for chump change. I mean, I think Minnesota is also another team that obviously is a winner of today.
Yeah.
Anytime you can add an all-star caliber player to play alongside Towns, and he's also like a friend of his, that's big. And I mean, obviously we knew like goal number one for the Timberwolves is just keep Karl Anthony Towns in your system, however possible.
Yeah, actually, that's an underrated part of this. Bringing D'Lo in, that's gonna. I mean, it keeps Towns around.
Yeah, like you get D'Lo, but you also sort of extend the clock on when Karl Anthony Towns is going to reach his breaking point with his team. Because at least he's got one of his best friends in the building now.
All right, we're at 2:59. 1 minute.
I think. What is the likelihood that we get like a couple trades breaking within like 5 minutes of the deadline? Because I feel like usually the results like trickle in a little bit after.
Yeah, I think that's what will happen.
Okay, yeah. Also, this Isaiah Thomas trade, an interesting thing that our pal, who was our commenter earlier? Pat Alcantara. Pat mentioned Darren Collison probably going to the Lakers. I think with the IT trade, with IT going to the Clippers, we can assume Darren Collison's probably going to be like a buyout market guy for the Lakers now.
Now the question is how do you re-enter the league after you retired? Like, what's the mechanics there?
I'm assuming it's just like you can get vet in and jump right onto a roster. Who did you retire from last year? The Kings? It is 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
We have reached the deadline.
Ding, ding.
Thank you all for staying with us for this long. We're going to wait to see if any final trades come in, and then we'll probably do a quick wrap-up and call it a day. So as of right now, what would you say is the biggest trade of the day? It's got to be Iggy to Miami, right?
Yeah, that's a big one. In terms of surprises, surprised Drummond moved.
That Drummond deal, especially because there weren't any murmurs.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like we were just going to get, like, he was going to stay put. The Pistons probably weren't going to be active. And the Cavs were a team that looked like they would be only selling. And now they've appeared to buy in. Again, we've talked about, like, the logjam at center that they're going to have now. Gallinari hasn't moved.
Yeah. Looks like we're not going to get Gallo. I mean, the thing is, I think there's got to be something to come in. Nothing's really come in for the past like 4 minutes. We're probably going to get a couple things.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like one or two things that we already knew were happening getting like fully ironed out. But
San Antonio Spurs have informed DeMar DeRozan that he will not be moved.
Interesting. Is his deal up after this year, or does he have an opt-in? Timmy Haas says they re-enter the NBA the same way you re-enter the Matrix. So basically, Lawrence Fishburne feeds you a pill of some sort, and then your mind expands, and you become one of the best basketball players in the world. Did you just comment on the screen? David needs to blow his nose loudly on camera again. This time I think we'll put 2 mics up to the honker just so that we get a real one last blast to send the people home happy. Caruso didn't get traded today.
Not yet.
That's a big win.
Yeah.
Who we got?
Yeah.
No worries. So let's see.
The Celtics did not make a trade.
Celtics didn't make a trade. They
thank you so much.
God, that's a whole roll of paper towels.
I'm gonna take my mic off first.
If there's kids watching, please tell them to stop watching. Was that the only one? You doing a one shot?
for right now.
Okay, cool. So yeah. Yeah, the Celtics didn't move. Raptors didn't make a move at all. I mean, they feel like a team that if they really wanted to, I don't know. I think the Raptors felt like a team that could have been a piece away from really like shifting into full contender mode.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think they would have had to try and dangle. They would have had to put OG Anunoby on the block to get any of the pieces that were out there. I mean, and I don't know what the piece is for them that they would look for. Like, could they have been a sleeper Gallinari team? Like, there's just not an exact fit. We talked about earlier that like there needs to be the exact right fit. David is 1 for 1 on shooting things into the trash. So good job, Dave.
I just find it weird that there's nothing else coming in.
Yeah, it's surprisingly quiet.
Jazz confirmed no trade.
Jazz not trading anybody. That one doesn't surprise me as much. Like, I feel like if you're Utah, I think you're pretty happy at 5 right now. Like, tied with the Rockets, so you could easily move up to 4 at any point. The Rockets, who, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think they got worse in this trade deadline.
Mm.
Obviously, like Rocco.
Rockets definitely got worse. I
like
like
loser
Rocco
of the deadline.
It's tough. If they had a good center, I love the lineup of Harden, Westbrook, Rocco, Tucker, and a center.
Yeah, like that would be a very good group, but like just it feels like they moved themselves to being a piece away from being something.
Yeah, I mean, I bet we're gonna see some Rockets lineups that are like
one over 6'9".
Yeah, Harden, Westbrook, McLemore, Tucker, Covington. You heard it here first.
I'm just imagining like PJ Tucker and Rocco trying to guard Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
Like I just saw Jokic throw Rudy Gobert around last night.
Oh wait,
You up? Yeah, no, I haven't had my mic on for a while. I'm just kind of talking into this. But yeah, 3:05. Shout out to Pitbull. No move for the Celtics. What do you think it means? I mean, do you think the Celtics just think, like, they're the 3rd seed in the East right now. Do you think they're content to just kind of go at Giannis or go at the Eastern Conference Finals, which is ultimately, you know, a race of who can beat Giannis with the lineup they have right now? Like, do you think they're good enough right now to potentially at least be an Eastern Conference Finals team?
Yeah, I think any team can really get the conference finals, honestly. Any in that chunk.
Yeah.
And it's going to really end up turning out in how the seeding works. Because if you're 3, you might have to play the Sixers or the Pacers.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're 2, you might have to play the Nets or the Magic. Like,
well, conversely,
there's just a giant gap there.
And if the Sixers wind up in a 4 or 5 spot, they're playing the Bucks round 2. Like that's probably the two most talented teams in the East, and one of them's going home after 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Celtics are another one where a move would have been great, but you don't know exactly what the move is for them. I mean, I think they would have been a great Tristan Thompson place, but I think when you get into what they would have to move, it gets dicey.
Yeah, definitely.
So it looks like, all right, so the Bucks and Raptors have no buzzer beater deals, according to Zach Lowe. So yeah, I guess they're content to sit pat. I mean, no deals for the Thunder, so Gallinari is going to be staying put, which actually makes sense. I mean, they're a playoff team right now. An on-camera yawn feels like the perfect way to punctuate where we're at right now.
Yeah.
The chances of a Tristan Thompson buyout have allegedly increased dramatically, according to Brian Windhorst on The Jump, and he added that the Celtics would be major in the market for him. That's interesting.
Ira Winderman tweeted, he's a Heat beat reporter, Heat are done, no Gallinari move.
Okay. Heat and Thunder discussed deals for Danilo, but Miami and Gallinari couldn't agree on an extension. They want to retain the 2021 space and offered a 2-year deal with a team option. So Gallinari is probably going to earn more by waiting till the summer. The Pacers didn't make any moves, although I don't know like what they would have been looking to add, like maybe another wing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, like ultimately, I feel like they're what they're going to be. So yeah, I think the Pistons are a loser of this trade deadline. They got nothing for Drummond.
Yes and no, because I just feel like getting rid of Drummond is a win.
That's true. I do think like
You're moving on. You're finally moving on. For some reason, the Pistons have stuck with Andre Drummond being their best player for 8 years.
I think part of it's like I think they're sort of like the worst side of the Indiana Pacers coin, where it's like, yeah, like we're in not a great market. Like we need to just have a team that's pretty good at least to draw people in, and I think that's how you get like an Andre Drummond just staying as your best player forever. Like the Pacers have managed to be in that situation and win a lot. Like I think they've had a winning record like 24 straight seasons or something crazy like that. But like yeah, I think it's an interesting point that you make though. Like getting rid of Drummond is probably a positive for them because I mean now they're kind of able to just hit a little bit of a reset. I don't know what this means for Blake. He's got like 3 years left on his deal. So yeah, it's gonna be a rough couple months for the Pistons, but unnecessary couple months at this point. Marcus Morris thanked New York. Nothing but love on his side.
That's nice of him.
Marcus. I'm very glad he enjoyed his time here. Okay, so it's 10 minutes after 3, and we're getting a lot of news about teams that were not active. We still don't have any new deals coming in.
Yeah, kind of feeling.
You think the deadline's wrapping up?
Yeah.
All right. So final takeaways.
Not super consequential.
Yeah, like I felt like I don't know.
I don't think any of these move because like, let's think. Who was the best player moved? Maybe Capella.
Maybe Clint Capella. Like we don't know exactly what Iggy is right now, but I feel like he's probably going to be the most impactful at least this year that got moved.
Yeah, because Capella probably the best player moved, but moved to a team that's not. He's not moving any needle for them.
He's not going to be very consequential for them.
Yeah.
Or they're not going to be consequential as a team.
Drummond, again, like, I don't know what the Cavs are thinking.
I think they're just kind of, it's a weird flyer to take. Like, just saying, like, all right, yeah, cool. Like, let's see what Andre Drummond can do with Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. I mean, I don't hate it, but at the same time, they feel like a team that doesn't need to be moving assets like that.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, you get John Henson and Brandon Knight's contracts off, and even if you consolidate those into one bad contract, like, I guess you can sell that as a move forward. D'Angelo Russell to the Timberwolves, I mean, that's another one. Actually, he's probably the best player.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And, I mean, not very consequential, but...
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the best players are going to...
The best players move sort of down in the power rankings.
The Clippers had a good day. They got Marcus Morris and Isaiah Thomas on their bench.
The Clippers had a great day. I don't know. It's either them, the Heat, or the Grizzlies. Actually, yeah, them, the Heat, or the T-Wolves, to me, are the teams that won the most from today.
Yeah.
And in such different ways. Because, like, the Clippers, it feels like, kind of rounded out their roster and just got, like, those last couple pieces that could put them over the edge. I mean, the Heat did a similar thing. Iggy's going to be great for them. Jay Crowder's going to be a rotation guy in the playoffs. And then the T-Wolves just kind of reset the clock on Karl Anthony Towns, saying, get me the hell out of here.
They have 2 young stars.
Yeah, exactly.
2 young all-stars.
If nothing else...
All right, I think we're...
You think this is it?
Yeah, I think this is it.
Doing the thing?
We're
How long are we into this? We're 2 hours and 55 minutes into the live stream. Yeah, and glad we did this. It's been an informative way to spend the trade deadline. We got to draft our own celebrity all-star teams. Thanks to all 10 of you. Hey, we're closing out on 10 viewers. Let's go. All right, great job, everybody. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. Thank you to Bryce Durden for setting up our camera equipment, taking a significant amount of time out of your day to do that. We really do appreciate it.
Let us know if you want any more Dave and Tom and Dave.
Tom and Dave live streams coming at you all semester long.
All semester?
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? They'll let us know.